defense attorney. He'd been a frozen caveman, and he would always, even though he drove a BMW, he would say, "Your world frightens me.
Yes,
Your
that's right.
technology frightens me."
All right, we're going to start with Prince Harry. He and other claimants could be left owing millions after losing their privacy lawsuit against Associated Newspapers Limited, the publisher of the Daily Mail. The group's legal insurance covered up roughly $21 million, or covered up to $21 million of the newspaper publishers' legal costs if they lost, but A&L says that it spent nearly $46 million defending the case, leaving a major shortfall. The group had alleged practices of unlawful information gathering from A&L. A&L seeking nearly $13 million as an interim payment and argues the claimants should pay on an indemnity basis because the allegations were of the broadest scope at utmost seriousness. An indemnity basis means that the losing side has to pay almost all the winning side's legal cost.
There you go.
Publisher also accused the group of orchestrating a broader legal campaign against the company, and the claimants have pushed back, calling A&L's legal bid an astonishingly high legal spend, and insisted that they conducted themselves honestly and in good faith throughout the case. So somebody owes some money, and it could be a whole lot. Jared Leto denying all allegations of unlawful sexual conduct after a BBC documentary featuring accounts from multiple women describing alleged encounters with the actor between 2002 and 2016.
Yeah, I watched the first 8 minutes of this documentary. It's up online yesterday, and it's, you can only tell from that side, but it looks fairly damning right out of the gate.
In a statement released through his publicist, he said, "I have never sexually assaulted anyone in my entire life. These claims are absolutely and categorically false." The documentary, called Jared Leto, Hollywood's Dark Secret, includes allegations from 10 women, with 4 accusing him of conduct that could have violated laws in the United Kingdom or United States. The allegations include claims of an alleged sexual assault, alleged sexual contact with a minor, alleged sexual phone calls, and an alleged sexual threat. His denial follows accusations that surfaced last June, which his representative also expressly denied, describing one allegation as demonstrably false. The Oscar winner he continues to move forward with upcoming film projects despite the allegations, and has not been charged with any crime in connection with the claims described in the documentary or the claims of sexual misconduct from 9 women last year.
He's always seemed kind of trippy. Remember, he had sort of like this cultish feeling retreat with a group of people that he seemed to be the head of.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was weird.
When the world had shut down, he was away.
Yeah.
And incommunicado at that point, on some sort of like silent retreat.
Yeah.
Silent lucidity.
So Ben Affleck and Casey Affleck are mourning the loss of their mother, Chris Affleck. She passed away last month at 83 years old after battling pancreatic cancer. A source told People that her death is hitting Ben and Casey really hard, adding that losing your mom is an unimaginable loss at any age and that their children have been a major source of comfort. The source said that they're surrounded by an incredible support system, and their kids have been a real source of comfort and strength during this heartbreaking time. The family is leaning on one another, and they'll get through it together.
My wife was reading her obituary, and she just said it was just so well written and so well done, and it was just such a like a tribute to who she was as a person, and my wife, like, just for like what she does for a living, she actually reads a lot of obituaries.
Obituaries,
yeah,
really?
and she thinks and I agree. Like, it can be a little bit sad that, like, when your life is basically condensed down to 3 paragraphs, that like your life is, who your kids were,
right?
And
what your legacy is.
And she was an accomplished human being. I didn't know that she was Harvard educated, but she lived a life, and I guess Ben and Casey, and it might have just been Ben, but he wrote the obit, and it was just just a wonderful.
Well, you should imagine they both have often said that she was the rock in the family.
Yeah, she was a longtime public school teacher and played a key role in launching Ben's acting career by introducing him to a casting director. Ben previously credited his mother's friend for helping him get his start, calling it a sort of arbitrary thing that opened the door to acting while speaking with Parade in 2007. Casey also remembered Chris as really supportive And his and Ben's early acting ambitions, she was really on board for, and he was talking about that in Boston Magazine in 2006. So it really ripped them apart, apparently.
Just hearing you say that, though, Case, as I think back, my mother, passed away when I was 22, turning 21.
Yeah.
And I should focus attentions on looking back and finding out more about her.
Right.
I would like to chronicle that and have that legacy left the way you're talking about how this obituary impacted you this way. I'd like to have something for my mother, so I'm going to make sure I do that, because
I love that.
it's a good. You don't want it to just evaporate into the ether. You want who the person was to be accessible and knowable by other people. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, this was sad news from yesterday. Irish singer-songwriter Glenn Hansard, who won an Academy Award for the 2007 film Once, died in a motorcycle crash on the outskirts of Dublin early Wednesday, his manager said.
This is horrible.
56 years old, yeah. Irish police said a man in his 50s died in a single-vehicle motorcycle crash before 4:30 a.m. Wednesday. The man was treated at the scene but was pronounced dead a short time later. So he was out in the early hours riding his motorcycle. Hansard had combined acting and a musical career. He played a member of a Dublin soul band in the 1991 movie The Commitments, and won an Oscar in 2008 for the song Falling Slowly from the indie musical Once, in which he starred alongside Marketa Igrilova. He was long-served frontman for a rock band called The Frames, half of a rock duo called The Swell Season, and released solo albums including Didn't He Ramble, which was nominated for a Grammy for Best Folk Album in 2016. He started out as a busker on the streets of Dublin and became famous for leading the Christmas Eve charity busk outside of Dublin's Gaiety Theatre, where members of the public gathered to see the famous Irish musicians perform.
Yeah, the character he plays in the movie Once is a busker, and since he started out as a busker and he was a busker,
Wouldn't you like to be a busker too?
But Steve, he's still busked.
Yeah.
He loved that. And,
a lot of artists really love that. That's the purest form of performing, just setting down your stuff on a street corner.
Yeah. My cousin did that. My cousin, was a lawyer and a judge. And,
so he did street lawyering?
But he always wanted to. It was a dream of his to go to France and busk in the streets of Paris, and he did it.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And what, he did like a guitar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Busk. Busk very hard. Busk as hard as you can.
Busk like the wind, old one.
So sad news about Glenn.
Yeah.
All right, I have a couple of other things to run along to you. All right, so AI Slop has Eva Mendes a little pissed off when a picture of her partner Ryan Gosling and Johnny Depp, who was in full Ebenezer Scrooge costume, the 2026 San Diego Comic-Con was posted on Instagram. She was quick to cry foul. She wrote fake in the comments and said, please let people know when you're putting out AI. The account responded to Mendez and wrote, disclaimer, this was AI. I guess they wrote because it's blanked out here. Thank you for saying something. You're right, and I'll be more clear going forward.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so
you have to be proactive and call.
Backed it up and said, yeah, you're right about that. This is an interesting little story. Boy George is getting dragged for his performance on Broadway by his co-star. Patrick Clanton appeared in Moulin Rouge alongside the Culture Club singer and had some harsh words for the 80s hitmaker. On his Instagram stories, he wrote, I used to defend his performance in our show, but F it. He was a terrible performer, and I was embarrassed to be in the show with him.
Wow.
Boy, bye, he wrote.
Snap.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, so I guess, I don't know, they didn't get along, or he just sucked in the show, or what it was, but dude.
I know Taylor Sheridan is looking at Boy George to replace the Kevin Costner role on Yellowstone.
That makes sense.
And that would be interesting.
Hey, you'd watch it.
I'd watch that.
See what's going on, right?
I would.
Arena Shayk is following in the footsteps of Kendall Jenner. The model is dating NBA star Devin Booker, who dated Jenner on and off for over 2 years. Shayk is no stranger to celeb dating, having parented a daughter with Bradley Cooper, as well as being tied to Kanye West and Tom Brady over the years.
What a small pool they operate in, right? Like you can't go one level out.
One source said, talking about Shayk and Booker, said it's very new, but they like each other a lot.
I mean, when you have to scrape the residue of the other people off, each other's genitals. It's like, it's too much.
Yep. Hey, this is interesting because we just talked about this with Lisa Ann Walters yesterday, and we played back our interview this morning from yesterday, our chat with her. But Lindsay Lohan, she made her debut as Andy James and Haley Parker in the 1998 reboot of The Parent Trap, and now the actress is revealing if there's a sequel in the future. And she was talking to Us Weekly and admitted that the only way she would revisit the beloved twin characters is only after she sees the script. Opening up about the possibility, she said, and after I talked to director Nancy Myers, out of respect to her, because she's phenomenal and made a great movie in The Parent Trap, that we did together. She would look at the script after she would talk to her. She's currently working on her new series called Count My Lies, following the release of her Freaky Friday sequel film, Freakier Friday. So it's possible.
I think it's going to be hard to sell her as a kid right now, you know?
They'd probably do it as adults.
Oh, as adults.
I'm guessing.
She's so good in that role.
She was.
Every holiday season when they have the family over, the kids default to that Lindsay Lohan, The Parent Trap. And she's so convincingly two people that even I forget, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And just yesterday, she released a Reese's peanut butter cup commercial that kind of makes fun of The Parent Trap.
Oh, really?
Or it's like based around it, yeah.
Okay, so it's all kind of, maybe it's going to
dovetailing,
boil up and
can't stop
and
it.
End up happening. All right, the trailer for Children of Blood and Bone came out this week. And following its debut, the author of the source material for the film spoke out. Did you see it, Steve?
I did not.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
It's a really cool idea. It takes place in what appears to be in Africa or somewhere.
Right.
It depends on where this world is. I haven't looked too much into the source material, but it's epic in its Game of Thrones-ness.
Okay.
All these clans and families and they're warring. There's magic involved and all that stuff. It looks pretty interesting, and it's stacked with huge stars.
What was the last one that you really liked in this lineage of the Game of Thrones? You had Game of Thrones, you had House of Dragon, and then the one that's the limited
Knights of the Seven Kingdoms.
I got to do that one.
It's
Everyone
really,
raves on that one.
Really, really good. So this one is kind of a similar epic tale. So the author, Tomi Adeyemi, said the upcoming Paramount film adaptation of her book was, quote, the worst thing I have ever had to live through.
Oh, wow.
And I never want to hear about this project again. This was a 5-minute video posted yesterday.
Wow, she knows how to sell it.
Adeyemi, who co-wrote the screenplay for the film, alleged that she left the Children of Blood and Bone set hyperventilating and sobbing, and that she is, quote, still being antagonized behind the scenes.
Wow.
While not offering specifics,
She does good press.
Adeyemi made it quite clear the move from printed page to the big screen was painful for her, even though she was involved in it. And it's loaded with big stars.
All right.
Regina King is in it. Trying to think of who the other stars that I saw, but oh man,
Coleman Domingo?
No, not Coleman Domingo.
I don't even know.
He's got damn it,
Gary
he's got
Coleman?
a voice like this
It's not Gary Coleman.
from Thor.
Idris Elba.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
The names are escaping me right now, and just a whole you'll recognize all
So
the names.
we're looking at a bit of it. It looks cool. I'm now falling down on the side of veering away from star-studded things. If it's something like this, for me to buy into it, I don't want to be going, hey, it's Idris Elba. Hey, it's,
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Right,
They're
right.
starting to show all these names.
Hey, it's Carrot Top.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I am I'm hesitant of the overly superstar stacked.
Yeah, it's distracting.
That's exactly what it is. It's a little bit distracting. In Dune, Steve, when Jesus, I can't remember.
Jimmy
his name.
Fallon.
No, not Jimmy Fallon. Forget it.
You're okay.
He was in the second movie. He played the Emperor. He's one of the all-time greats. Jesus, I can't remember his name.
Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken. Was too distracting in that role, I thought. It was too big of a star.
Big worm.
I know. I almost started to do my impersonation, which really isn't that good.
It isn't that good.
I can't do a Christopher Walken very good.
It's a big worm.
Yeah. By the way, you know what bit it cracks me up every time is the SNL bit where
The whole family gets together?
the family gets
Oh,
together.
that's great.
And who is playing his
Amy
daughter?
Poehler.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
And my doll.
My doll's name. I'll never get tired of that. Okay, moving on. I'm a little spacey today. I apologize.
Yeah.
Epic Games has revealed a Spider-Man Brand New Day crossover for Fortnite, bringing back Spider-Man's web shooters so players can swing across the map and outmaneuver opponents.
So let me jump in here quickly because, Casey, you saw the Spider-Man movie and everything. I'm very excited. Everything I'm hearing, Preston, and it speaks to you and myself as far as our love of the Spider-Man games. They're so good that the movie apparently pays homage to points in the games
Really?
as well.
Oh.
Incorporates imagery
Excellent.
and motion and fighting techniques from the game. So
great.
it does fan service on that level as well.
I love those games. They're
So much fun.
Very addicting.
Just the free
Just swinging around
sandbox,
town.
It's the friggin' best.
Yeah.
To go up to the top of a skyscraper, jump off, and just kind of time out when you're gonna.
Yeah, free fall almost all the way to the bottom,
right.
and then throw your web and swing around. It is
so good.
Badass. All right, so the update also adds new skins based on Spider-Man's Brand New Day suit. Hulk and the Punisher with Spider-Man featuring a removable mask that reveals Tom Holland's face in the game. Spider-Man Brand New Day swings into theaters tomorrow, by the way. Saw a trailer for this. Steve Guttenberg and Christy Brinkley star in a new film that looks back on that one special childhood summer that stands out decades later. It's called American Summer. Also stars Mia Tallarico, Dan Lauria, Cullen Moss, Aaron Ruth, Maximus Virgil, and former Major League Baseball stars Lee Mazzilli and Luis Soho.
I don't know that.
Okay, Sojo. And it tells the story of a guy named Mikey, who is played by Steve Guttenberg, and then they go back and they show the kid, him as a kid.
They better.
And the summer that he met a special girl, made the travel baseball team, and navigated the uncertainty of his dad going missing overseas while in the U.S. Army.
So I assume Christy Brinkley is also older, and then there's a younger version of her?
She's a beautiful young girl that he meets when he's a teenager, so it hits theaters on September 4th. All right, one more quick story. What do I want to end with here? The premiere date for Chad Powers Season 2 is now set. Hulu has announced the sports comedy will return for a second season September 3rd. Glenn Powell plays the fraudulent college football star who is struggling to keep playing college ball while hiding his true identity. It also stars Perry Metfield, Quentin Blair, Wynn Everett, Frankie Rodriguez, and Steve Zahn.
Did you watch any of it, Case?
I actually had to tap out because it was just one of the. It was uncomfortable for me to watch. And I knew at some point, or at least I felt at some point, he was going to get caught because it was just inevitable that this guy,
He's passing himself off as another individual.
Yeah, he's wearing prosthetic nose and all that. I was like, he's going to get caught, and I just don't want. I don't want to be there for that.
We know the guys behind it. We know the talent, and I think he's talented. It didn't quite hook me the way I hoped it would.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Did you watch the whole thing,
I
or
watched
did you tap
3
out too?
episodes.
Okay,
yeah.
You know what we should do one morning? We should all wear prosthetic noses.
I know.
I'd love
We
that.
should get
I'll do that.
a theater group in here.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it would change our voices,
Well, it's okay.
but I think we should do prosthetic noses. Would you write that down? And let's follow
And
up on that.
I'll do another wig day if you want.
I would love to see
Yeah.
another wig day. That was a blast. Dr. Chet Wainwright.
Dr. Chet Wainwright.
Excuse me, Dr. Wainwright. Hey. There it was.
Coming at you.
All right, we got clips to play. Surviving Earth shows how ancient creatures and early life adapted or failed to adapt to global cataclysms. And here the show's creator, Tim Haynes, talks about how accurate the show truly is.
They are as scientifically accurate as we could make them. We went to the people who knew the most about each individual creature. We then used paleo artists who are very anatomically accurate. So we did as much as we could to make it as accurate as possible.
New episode of Surviving Earth airs tonight. That's at 8 p.m. You'll see that on NBC. Here's the next one. A comic book store owner triggers Armageddon across the multiverse and must fix it in Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. Here, John Ross Bowie explains how the spinoff is physically different to The Big Bang Theory.
Then there was all this like really intense combat, which was not a thing we did on the old show. Ever. I mean, off camera, Mayan would smack me around, but but rarely on camera. So it was new territory.
Oh, yeah, Nick.
New episode of Stuart Fails to Save the Universe streams today, and you can see that on HBO Max.
I don't think you have to have watched Big Bang Theory to watch this, but I think it would certainly help. But I like it. I like where they're going with it because they have taken the series and they're going in a decidedly a lot of the same characters.
So this is the second because they had young Sheldon, right?
They did Big Bang Theory, Young Sheldon. They did the spin-off series from Young Sheldon.
Really?
2 characters.
Okay.
So this is the 4th, technically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a universe.
A gold mine.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the entertainment report right there, friends. We are going to take a break and come back in just a moment. We got some neat people stopping by. We got guests on the program. We got things to tell you about, so we'll break, come back, get to all that, hang out for a bit. We'll return shortly.
You hear people say now, like, I'm neurodivergent and anxious. I'm like, you're just sober.
Yeah.
You just need a cocktail and you'll loosen up.
That's how you know you're on the right path.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Did you get yourself completely sober? Or
No, I'm hungover right now.
Okay.
But,
You're Brooklyn sober.
yeah.
sober.
Oh, I'm hurting. That alarm clock was a real pain.
Do you go out after shows? Are you pretty keyed up after when you get done, or is it time to go pass out?
I've got it down to a science where, like, you got 2 shows last night, you get free drinks. So you have 1 drink on the first show. Then the second show, you have another one. Then by the time the show's over, you've timed it to where you got a good buzz going. Then you get another drink, and then you just keep going.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've got it down to where I'm not going to be a drunk guy on stage.
Right.
Do you think somebody like Bert Kreischer, is he drinking actual liquor on the stage, or is
Oh,
he?
yeah.
Okay.
He quit. He's sober now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is that real?
When did this happen?
It caught up, I don't know, 5 months ago. It
What?
caught up to him. He had to be hospitalized. It was a whole thing.
Oh, wow.
So,
Well, no, I remember him being in the hospital. That was for something different because we had talked to him.
So,
right after that.
yeah.
Bert's been coming on this show for decades, and we used to keep up on this sign the little collection of airplane bottles that he would drink. Well, we had a whole collection of bottles going on. There was all Bert. We eventually got a little too cluttery, and we
Couldn't
took it
hold it.
down.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's caught up to him.
He
Interesting.
was the real deal. I mean, he would chug an IPA as he walked on. He would do shots. I mean, and he likes partying. Like, I did a European tour with him. And, most comics, you have a couple of shots, and then you go back to the hotel, you go to a bar and rope off a section.
Yeah.
He would be like, we're all going to O'Flaherty's. And you go, all right, what are we going to? We're going to Callahan's? He's like, no, we're going to O'Flaherty's. And he would take his shirt off and hang out with all the fans.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, he did. There were a number of times he'd come here and he would be promoting his, colon sick to work show, like midday shows that were drink fests.
I know.
And he lived it, man. It was wild.
Yeah. They say alcohol sales are 85% down with Gen Z.
Yeah.
Doesn't that bum you out? I don't know why I sound like a pedophile. I'm like, come on, Timmy, have a sip. But it saddens me. And then they say kids aren't having sex. And I'm like, maybe because no one's drinking.
Maybe.
That might actually-
Did you ever, earlier on in your career, did you ever, I'm sure it happened, where you drank too much during the show and you're like, oh, dude.
Oh, sure. You start slurring your words and saying slurs. It's a bad time. So you got to cut that out early. Because people think, oh, you drink, you'll be looser. It's the exact opposite.
Our buddy Todd Glass.
I love Todd.
Todd came out and did a show one time.
Oh, my God.
He got wrecked.
Really?
And he came back the next day. He's like, he came out and he apologized on the air. He's like, I am going, everyone who had a ticket, he did a free show.
Yeah.
He felt so bad about it. That
Wow.
he just was not, Nick might have been at the show. I don't remember.
Yeah, and
now,
apparently,
but-
listen, he's great, as you well know.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
he's what I love so much about him is that he's in the moment critical of his own act as he's performing it, which
Yeah.
is hilarious. But one of the best times, we've brought this up many times before, he came in and he might have been doing the classic Wake and Bake but we had made sure that we had an actual court stenographer in the studio to record everything he was saying, and he was sweating bullets.
He smoked out of an apple in the parking lot, and then he just went to town. But alcohol, it's funny because it has that sweet spot, and if you play golf, if you throw darts or play pool, and so it probably has that same sweet spot in comedy as well, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, Doug Stanhope is the king of that sweet spot, but it's so easy to go past it. So I think you're just better off hanging it up for a second.
Yeah,
drink after.
Do you eat before your shows?
I do. A lot of comments like, I can't eat, I can't do this, I can eat, I can do anything.
Whenever we do appearances, whenever we do anything for the station or we're going somewhere, I can't. It's always afterwards, which sucks because you're having a hamburger at 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever. But you can do that.
Oh, yeah. What do I care? I don't understand these guys like, it weighs me down or whatever. I'm like, come on, grow up.
Have a turkey leg.
Yeah. We're all going to die one day.
The other thing I love about your Instagram is the crowd work that you do. And you call out to the crowd to kind of give you topics to go on. And so, you're just going with this stuff right off of the top of your head. And it's like current event stuff. So you have to, stay up to date with...
Yeah,
I mean, kind of like everything, don't you?
I read all that crap on Twitter, and I consume it all, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah,
it's just
right.
Strait of Hormuz and Iran and all this stuff. It never ends. Tiger Woods, whatever. Elon is up to something.
Do you have to disconnect? Do you have to take a time because we do it? We're constantly immersed in all this stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have to? And can you disconnect, shut off stuff, and walk away? For a little bit.
I got to get better at it.
Oh, yeah.
There's always a new thing, and you're like, RFK just picked up a couple of snakes. I better come up with a take on that.
Right.
You're so scared of falling behind that I don't let up, really.
It's the bizarre. It's a bizarre kind of FOMO.
It is.
Yeah. But it's like current affairs FOMO.
Man, the only thing I'm looking forward to in retirement is not having to know what the hell is going on anymore.
That's
I can't
luxury.
wait for that. Yeah.
I remember my brother-in-law, he lives out in the burbs of Massachusetts, and I was at his house a couple years ago, and he has on a barbecue, and he goes, you want a Bud Light? And I go, yeah, throw me a Bud Light, Dylan Mulvaney. And he goes, who? And I go, the trans lady. And he was like, I don't know what that is. And I was like, I'm jealous of you.
Yeah, right.
I've got 20 minutes on Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be the best? You're at the retirement home, you return home, and somebody has to tell you that Japan blew off the face of the earth.
I know, right?
I didn't know.
Exactly.
It happens when we go on vacation. We'll just exit from the news cycle, and then somebody will pass away.
Preston didn't know that Rob Bass died over the weekend.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Sorry.
You do know that one, Joy and Pain?
Joy.
It takes
and
two to make
pain.
a thing go right.
Damn.
Sunshine and rain.
Damn.
Bam.
You
Get
guys
some
might
soul
be
here.
too dialed in. Rob Bass, come on. I haven't heard that song in 35 years.
There's some people who deserve their anonymity.
What else happened? Milli Vanilli got a colon cancer?
Yeah, they were just in the news, were they not?
Were they?
One of them is dead. He passed away a while ago.
Sorry, now I feel bad.
One's playing a show.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so something like
you
that.
gotta be tied in. I was watching. It was a clip of you on your podcast. We Might Be Drunk with Sam, and you were talking, and I had to bring this up to you because you're talking about Al Franken. and I'm sitting there going, I was laughing because basically the gist of it is that it was like your worst podcast with him.
Yeah, it was tough.
So, and I tell these guys that years ago when I was doing orientation comedy shows, I happened to get on a string of shows. Every place I was going to was after Franken had been there.
Oh.
And every time they were like, that guy was a dick.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great. All right. Because I feel like a douche.
No,
but
that's what
tough.
made me laugh because that was the thing of that whole time. I'm like, man, everybody made a point. I wouldn't even bring it up. They'd be like, what a dick. Wow,
Whoa.
yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. He was a tough nut to crack. And then you try to make a joke, bring some levity, and we'd go like, well, tip your waitress. Where's the veal or whatever? You're like, we're trying. Yeah. We've give us a little slack here.
And just stoic. Who's been the godsend guest for you?
Oh, I mean, you get Dave Attell on. He's the funniest guy on the planet. We had Jerry on once. All the guests have been great. Like Rick Glassman, Adam Ray. All those guys are hilarious.
Do you get nervous if with anybody who you really want on the show?
We had William H. Macy on, and that was exciting just because he's such a legend, and I love Fargo. And
he
all that.
talks. We've had him on a couple times, and he's a regular. He admits there was a time where he was puffed up and thought he was the artist, but he's not that. He talks about everything.
Completely.
Yeah.
And I will say, he's like 76, so he's low energy.
Yeah,
you kind of have to pull it out of him because he's like, I don't need to be here. You're lucky I'm here.
Right.
But he was cool and generous, and he trashed a couple of actors too, which was fun.
Really?
Who came to mind?
You remember?
Tommy Lee Jones, I think he said, was a little tough to work with.
Yeah.
Well, that's legendary. Like there are a number of people. He's great. We love him. I mean, love the performances, but a number of people have mentioned over the years that he can be a handful.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
had from what I understand, I don't know if this is a fact, he had a booze issue.
Oh, really?
And that apparently led him to be this cantankerous co-star.
Sure.
Yeah.
Boy, wouldn't you love to get drunk with some of these old, like Mel Gibson, Hasselhoff, O'Brien?
Yeah, I'd love to eat a hamburger with Hasselhoff on the kitchen floor somewhere.
That would be a treat.
You know, the stories that would come out would be amazing.
I know. Kelsey Grammer, I heard, was a real animal.
Oh, he's right here in the Jersey Shore these days.
No way.
Yeah, he's got a brewery or something down there. Yeah.
In his days of partying, he wrecked the NBC had given him like a Cobra, like for the success of Frasier.
Yeah.
And he talks about this. And he like instantly wrecked it, wrapped it around a tree. Yeah. So
you ever think what a crazy leap that was? He had this weird ancillary role on Cheers.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we're going to give that guy a show who says 3 words every episode. Not Norm, not Mailman.
Yeah.
Right.
This guy.
to have two stellar successes with that. Who's in your bucket list? Who do you want to get on the show?
Oh, geez. I'd love to get John Hamm on.
Yeah. Are you watching Your Friends and Neighbors?
Yes.
Holy
show.
Great show.
And he's a comedy fan. He's handsome. I love Bad Men. He's got a huge hog. So Hamm's a guy we're always trying to get. We got a couple of guys who drink heavily that we'd like to get on.
John Hamm does publicly party. Like there's that video of him at Bad Bunny just like
is that right?
vibing out. Yeah.
Wow.
He apparently hung out a lot with or was he in the Groundlings or tried a little bit? I mean, because he and Amy Poehler, and then there's a big collective that are all. He's got comedic chops, clearly.
Totally. He's great in Bridesmaids. We'd love to get Julia Louis-Dreyfus on. Would be a big one.
Dude, I don't know if you've seen the movie the Sheep Detectives. She's the voice of the main female sheep.
I don't know that one.
And this is to me is like an Oscar caliber performance from Julia Louis-Dreyfus because I'm like an idiot.
Thanks, Marissa. So Saturday is Pierre Robert's birthday, August 1st. And we are having here on WMMR Pierre Robert Day. And by that, we mean 24 hours. The whole day is going to be dedicated to the man who loved Philadelphia, loved music, loved love. And more. And Ryan Shuttleworth is one of the organizers of this whole thing. He is going to be there from minute 1 to however many minutes are in 24 hours.
Yes, all of those minutes.
Yeah.
It's going to be really exciting. Starting to get a lot of the quote-unquote left turns planned, and they just keep piling up. This is going to be a lot of fun.
And surprises, guests, and things of that nature.
All of those. In theory, we might have a debut of a song from a local Philly band. All kinds of fun stuff to be included. So
nice.
Lots of memories.
So that's on Saturday, but tomorrow, leading into it, because it falls on the weekend, we aren't going to have a chance to participate in that. So we're going to do some Pierre Robert dedicated things tomorrow morning on the program. So hopefully you'll be able to join in. That'll just be kind of the preamble to Pierre Robert today that goes in. Yeah. And it actually kind of leads into this thing that I'm going to bring up here. I saw this via BuzzFeed, and I love some of these lists that come up through, like Reddit, these forums where people comment, and you can find some really positive and interesting things. And this is actually on Threads. That's where this came up. Somebody posted and said, what is something that someone said to you in passing that changed your whole worldview? And I have a feeling maybe this is something we could play around with tomorrow if we get a chance. We have a few things planned, but things that Pierre may have said.
May have mentioned, yes.
And
he did.
For whatever reason, was an aha moment for you or kind of changed the way you see or perceive things. And I'll give you some examples of what people wrote on this, and maybe we could take that up for a spin tomorrow. But I know that I've got a couple of things that, somebody had said something and it's just like, even in passing, not like sat you down to teach you a lesson.
All right, there's the
But they just said
delineation.
this and then you're just like,
Huh.
wow, and it rung true with you for whatever reason.
I like stuff like this.
So here's one on this, and feel free to share with us any ones that have hit you that you think of that you still carry with you to this day. You can call us at 610-660-9333 or text to that number. But someone wrote, when I was debating going to law school at 36, my friend's mom said, you're going to get 3 years older either way. I started law school at 37. And then this person said, that was 13 years ago. 0 regrets. They went ahead and did it. But you're going to get 3 years older no matter what. So you may as well go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love these little, someone just casts off something and just brings it all into focus for you.
Yep. Yeah. Here's another one that says, it doesn't make sense to continue wanting something if you're not willing to do what it takes to get it. So if you just want it, it doesn't make sense to keep that in your mind.
If you're not going to put the work
unless you're
in.
really going to go for it and do it.
What's the one that what rung true with you in passing?
So this was a really interesting thing, and I have a little follow-up to it. So there's this guy that we worked with and is a good friend, Steve McLean.
Yeah.
Worked with us at Y100. Steve is gay, openly gay, and I remember I was at the radio station. We were talking about something, and at that time, I've been clear about this, that in my past I had total homophobic sensibilities that I'm embarrassed about, but thankfully I've changed. And I was talking about seeing two men kiss on screen, and we were just talking openly about it. So I'm like, man, it just makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't like that. It just you know. Yeah. And Steve said, he goes, well, how do you think I feel when I see a man and a woman kiss?
Yeah.
And I was like, it was like, ding. It was like,
Right, yeah.
It was like, immediately I was like, I never thought about it that way. I never once took the moment to think about it in that perspective. Here's somebody, this is who they're attracted to. They're attracted to the same sex. That is totally 100% natural and normal to them. And to see it the other way,
right?
I never thought that might be uncomfortable to somebody who is sexually born that way, and it just like
saw through different eyes.
Bang, it changed everything for me. And this is interesting. Earlier this year, I told him about that. I told him, like, you were very important to me. And he goes, I don't even remember telling you that.
It changed your life.
I don't remember that conversation at all.
Well, that's how a lot of times these things are.
I know.
That's
You're
how
right.
these things are. And you kissed him, didn't you?
Tongue and all, man. But
Yeah.
it changed my perspective, and it's very important because, within my family, I have people that are part of LGBTQ community, so that was an important perspective for me. And then another piece of advice my dad said to me, and it was kind of an offhanded comment because I would always ask him, how his day at work was. And I'm in 4th, 5th, 6th grade, something like that. My dad hated his job. And he would always just say, same old ass.
Yeah.
He would say that.
Yeah.
And then one day I asked him that, and he goes, Press, no matter what you decide to do in life, make sure it's something you actually like doing.
Yeah.
And I could tell he didn't elaborate, but I could tell where it was coming from.
Right.
When he said it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
you can be miserable if you get caught up in something that you don't really like, and that's your vocation.
That stultifying sort of, this is what I have to do.
Wouldn't you rather be miserable doing something you love doing?
Right? Exactly. So, no matter what, you got to do it. You may as well be happy while you're doing it. So those pieces of advice or little nuggets were very, very important to me.
Yeah.
And they rung true.
Absolutely. I love this. I'm trying to think of ones that impacted me, but I mean, none are coming to mind. I'm sure they'll start to come if we talk to other people. But those little moments can shift everything.
Ryan's got one.
I had one where it involves anybody that goes through anxiety and anybody that has, to the extent of a panic attack. I had somebody nonchalant. I was talking, because we all deal with varying degrees of anxiety. And I had somebody just say to me nonchalantly, be like, there is no bear. I'm like, what do you mean there's no bear? They're like, well, your body's acting that way because you're a caveman essentially, and your body's telling you like, oh my God, there's this predator in the bushes and there's a bear there and it's going to get you. It's like, there's no bear, dude.
Okay.
And I'm like, wow,
I beg to differ.
No, but that is true. Those things of what you're afraid of, what holds you back, and I'm trying to think of a more eloquent way of saying it because it's been told to me in similar ways, Ryan, throughout my life. The sad part is it takes a long while for you to finally accept that.
Yeah.
And sometimes, this comes from a classic quote, and I don't know who the original sayer of the quote was, but the most tragic words, paraphrasing, are "it might have been," so that it never happens if you never try. And in multiple ways, you hear that throughout your life. The employing of that notion is a hard thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, most definitely.
I have two. One was when I first moved out on my own and got my own apartment. My dad, as he was leaving the apartment when I was moving in, he just goes, "Don't drink alone."
Oh, all right.
And I know, but I think he just meant and I took it to heart. I never just opened a bottle of wine and had it with dinner. You always see those movies where, people make their little frozen dinner and pour themselves a glass of wine while they watch TV. I've just never drank alone at home.
That is very salient in its simplicity. Because it cuts right. I see the image. I know exactly what he meant by saying that.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to surround yourself with alcoholics. No, you no, but
It's a social activity.
But it's
not
something
just
that,
for passing time.
Right.
As Marissa on the phone, hey, can you come over? I really want to drink and.
I can't, baby. I'm drinking alone.
Yeah.
No, but that to me is such a heartfelt, wonderful thing. And what was the second?
Yeah.
And the second one actually comes from Pierre. I had the kind of relationship we would have. If we were just bored one day, we would call each other up and say "Hey, want to grab dinner?" And I called him once, and he actually was in the city grocery shopping, and he said, "No, I'm grocery shopping. I have a full cart." He called me 5 minutes later. He's like, "Never mind." He threw his grocery. He just left the cart, and he's like, "Always go to the dinner. Always accept those invitations.
Always let somebody else put your groceries back in the.
Son, always return your groceries. I was thinking the same thing.
Lots of perishables just sitting there.
I won't be home for dinner. Some dickhead left his cart full of food.
But I think it was, always accept that invitation. Those last minute invitations. If you get a call, just never say no.
Okay.
I've trained myself. And
I
again,
like that.
I don't know the eloquent way to say it, but just those moments we've been talking about this. Oh, I'm gonna go and have a bad time. I'm gonna go and it's not gonna be what I want it to be. Well, you won't know unless you go because it very much could be something you'll have a good time at.
Yeah.
And you will miss out on a good time for fear of having a bad time.
Well,
it doesn't make sense.
This isn't a good time, but I live by the, when you're talking about going to a funeral or a viewing, I live by the always go. And I don't know where I heard it. I wish I could tell you who said that to me, but I can say from my own experience, you don't know who didn't show up to the funeral, but you know who did.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not like, oh man, so and so didn't come to my dad's funeral, but I recall walking out of the church after my dad's funeral, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe so-and-so showed up. You know what I mean? It
resonates. Yeah. David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff, he was not there. He was not there. He's the only one I...
He's holding that orange buoy.
Dude, I'm so touched.
He's dressed as Mitch Buchanan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mitch Buchanan.
Let me go to some calls. I have Michael who's checking in with us. Michael, good morning.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah, buddy. What's up?
So my story, sage advice. I was a counselor at a canoe camp up in Canada, northern Canada, 18 years old, never been away from home more than a week. And I was up there for 3 months. And I'd put the kids to bed. They were like, 10, 12 years old. Counselor Michael, you'll be okay. Everything will be good. Blah, blah, blah. So as soon as I was done putting them, I would go into my own little corner and cry a little bit too because I was homesick.
Oh.
My camp director gave me sage advice. Her advice was, Michael, my home is where I lay my head. And that's the advice I got. And it was good advice, man. I've still used that today. My home
is where you lay your head.
Was it enough as a teenager to help you right then and there, or did you have to think about it for a while?
No, immediately, because again, I was crying at nighttime.
Yeah.
Destroyed. So that's good advice. That's
all
what
right,
I say.
thanks, Michael. I appreciate it. You guys ever been homesick? You ever had that happen? Going away somewhere and been, just upset that you weren't around your regular surroundings?
I'm sure I have it for one degree or another. I've never had the traditional away at camp or so on and so forth. I think we were out on our own living. My dad kind of moved away when my mom passed away. So I was, I was kind of, doing it by myself anyway.
Yeah,
so,
but still.
But what it did to what he just said, this is my home now. Like I had to remind myself when you go into like a new apartment or a new home, remember how you were when you were the last time around. And then before you knew it, this is my home. I'm going through the door to my house. That's my bed. These are my things. This is where I live. That process takes place over and over again in life.
Yeah, Ryan?
When I moved down to Florida to pursue the flight career, for the longest while, I was really homesick and, call my folks and call my friends all the time. And the things that got me over the hump were realizing that, I have this whole new set of friends here. I have this whole new life. And then, reminding myself, hey, home is still there. Like, I would occasionally get care packages of like tasty cakes and things of that sort. And I'd introduce my friends to that.
Yeah.
So that's that last caller, Michael, had a really, really great point.
I unfortunately did not. I tapped out. I had this amazing opportunity to be a ball boy for the Eagles.
right.
And I was living on campus at Westchester University. I was living literally in the same dorms as the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, Jerome Brown, Reggie White, Randall Cunningham, Mike Quick, like all of these amazing players. And I just got homesick. I mean, listen, I had gotten in trouble for accidentally locking keys in a van, and that didn't really help because I got yelled at by like a staffer. But I didn't have any friends, and I cried, and I ended up quitting that job. And it really could have been. Who knows what I could have? Maybe I could have been the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
So another element would be, it all worked out the way it was supposed to.
It did.
It all worked out the way it was supposed to.
I was going to be invited to go to London with the team. They were playing, I think they were playing a preseason game.
And so you went to London with the radio show you eventually worked with to see
but I remember everything, the day that I went home. Like, I couldn't wait to go see my friends. My friend Kevin had a trampoline in his yard, and I just remember going to his house. I'm like, hey, everybody. And I literally, it was the worst I've ever racked my nutsack ever in my entire life, Press. When you jump on a trampoline,
Memories.
you remember when you jump on a trampoline and somebody jumps right after you and it launches you? I had no control.
Did someone say something that you took from that nut-racking situation?
No. But, yeah.
I had when I first moved away from home, I was starting my radio career. I did get a little homesick, but I fixed it because Marissa started drinking by myself.
There you go.
And I didn't feel sad anymore.
You were seeing people in the room. Yeah.
I'm glad my dad didn't give you that advice.
Yep.
No, when I would go to like away camp, I loved it. I loved it so much that I actually stayed a whole nother session.
Oh, yeah.
My parents came down, did laundry, and found another way to stay. I just loved the home is where you lay your head.
All right, we're going to go back to the advice. And I like this one from Jamie. Hi, Jamie, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hi, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. All right, Jamie, before you give us this little nugget, where did you hear it from?
Actually, someone in the car with me, and it kind of now changed my whole life because I don't get upset and angry, and I don't road rage anymore.
Okay, give it to us. What is it?
So as I was driving and got cut off, and of course, now we're road raging.
Yep.
the person next to me said, "Why are you getting so mad?" Maybe that person just has to poop. So now my 10-year-old, when it happens, we just laugh because we all yell, "He must have to poop."
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and it's there are rules that involve what you do on the road, and you can't be in violation of those, and you can't be risking other people's lives. But a lot of times, it's nice if someone rushes past you or something, you don't know what's going on. Perhaps there's something very serious, and they have to attend to. Now, that only carries you so far. Right?
Yeah, it'll only get me through in some instances.
Right.
There are others, like, somebody tailgating you or something like that, where I'm screw that guy.
Crap in your pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. I have a couple of times just stopping on, maybe there's an emergency.
Yep.
All right, maybe I don't know what's happening here. You know what I mean? So
There's some things that you're not
Thanks,
told
Jamie.
that you just learn too. And to that point, you're not knowing Preston, the guy I used to get sort of. I had a bad relationship with my neighbor. I've said this story many times on air, and he seemed like an ass to me when I was walking my dog Chelsea, and later found out his wife was dying at the time all this was going on. I'm like, okay, why did I wasted all that energy for nothing? And this guy was going through a bad situation.
Yeah.
There was a traffic one, and you guys may have said it, and I just held on to it. And it was like, they're not doing it because of, it's not an attack on you personally. They're not looking and saying, that's Marissa Magnotta, I want to cut her off.
Yeah. Right.
It's just, they're seeing a spot, they're kind of cutting off your car, and that's it.
Okay. It wasn't me. There was one that I had said one time, I thought you were going to refer to it, which was, I'm not going to let that person ruin my day.
Yes. Yeah.
You go about your business and keep being a dick like that, and eventually something's going to happen, and I want nothing to do with it.
Why are you going to surrender your happiness for somebody who doesn't care about your happiness?
Here, from this thread as well of what was something that someone just said to you in passing that changed your whole worldview. I like this one. It says, my son was 8 when someone asked him right before he was going to walk on stage to perform a piano recital. They said, aren't you afraid to do this? And this 8-year-old said, yes, but I want to more than I'm afraid to. And he said that instantly became our enduring family motto. That's a great one.
Yeah, I want to more than I'm afraid to.
A little bit of fear is natural and understandable, but if you have the desire, the gana, then maybe that can overpower that.
What's that?
That's from Stand By Me.
Okay.
Or Lean On Me. Stand By Me. Stand By Me.
Lean on me while I stand.
No, not Stand By Me.
Lean
there was
on
Stand
Me.
By Me, Lean On Me, and there's another one.
Stand and Deliver.
Stand and Deliver. Thank you.
Lean on me while I stand and deliver.
Do you have the gana, the desire?
That's it.
Yeah. Here's another good one, and this was actually from someone's therapist. So this is someone that's trained to give these bits of information or little bits of wisdom to help you out. And this person said this changed their life. You don't get extra credit for constantly sacrificing yourself for the comfort of everyone else. So if you're giving too much to please, or you know what I mean, of yourself at a sacrifice of your own, it's not worth doing that all the time.
I've dispensed this advice a number of times where people who are, there's a very good friend of ours who's in this situation where I keep telling him, don't you lose yourself because you are fastidiously attending to someone else, because then you collapse. Then your ability to help this person collapses. And it's kind of taught to us that it's a selfish thing to focus in on ourselves and make sure we're happy first, but it makes sense. And learning that has helped me throughout my life.
Here's another good one. I like this one a lot. This is a piece of advice somebody got, and they said it changed their view. And someone told them, you could be the juiciest peach in the whole wide world, and there will still be somebody who just doesn't like peaches.
Yeah. Oh. Yes.
That's excellent.
It's almost the advice that that Alfred, or the Alfred thing from The Dark Knight. Some people just want to watch the world burn. Yeah, they just do, and you can't reason it.
Yep. All right, let's go next to Mike. He's been on hold for a long time. Mike H. Hey, Mike. Morning, brother.
Gadzooks, guys.
Gadzooks, sir. All right, so a little bit of advice or a passing phrase that someone said that kind of changed the way you see things.
My dad was kind of like your dad in a way, Preston. He used to just say things flippant all the time. And one of the things he used to say was, eat the cake.
Eat the cake.
Get the one
And
with
it was his way of saying,
Is this while he was grabbing the back of your head and shoving it into a cake?
Goddamn cake. I spent $7 on this thing.
No, how did you interpret that? What did he mean by that?
he meant like, if you want something, go get it.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, what's stopping you? Don't be afraid to. And that phrase stuck with me, and it led me to almost 30 years in the military and now almost 10 years driving a truck.
Wow.
Because it's what I want.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
for you, man. And then it's again, you get the advice, but you took it, and that's sometimes those things don't go hand in hand.
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense, but you still don't do it. But
And
good
you know
for
what,
you.
Preston, your dad essentially said that when he said, "Get one with some cheese, goddamn it." Right?
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, exactly. That was me. My dad had made some nachos, and he offered it to my buddy Steve, and Steve picked one that just had a little bit of cheese on it. He goes, "Well, get one with some cheese on it, God damn it!" And when he said it, we were both high, and we could not. I mean, turning beet red, laughing our head off, and it still sticks with us today. Thanks for that, Dad. Let me go to, let's see. I have Danny, who's joining us with his bit. Hi, Danny. Morning, man.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to see you. All right. Was this something someone said to you?
Yeah, so this is one of my best friends gave me this piece of advice when we were in our young 20s. I'm heavily involved with the fire department in the area, and I used to go out on Friday, Saturday nights thinking, well, if I can't volunteer at my firehouse, I might as well get hammered.
Yeah.
And it was a terrible, terrible mindset. But a buddy of mine gave me some advice, and he said, hey, it's completely different to change your mindset. He's like, what you should do is, if you happen to end up intoxicated, way different than going out to get intoxicated.
Okay.
Be more present with your friends. Enjoy life. Don't just sabotage yourself.
So the
every
way it's
single
written
weekend.
on the monitor here, it says there's a difference between going out to get drunk and getting drunk from going out. So
Yes,
I know what you're saying.
basically, the change of intent is completely different.
Right.
And it literally changed my life. It improved my relationship with my now wife. So honestly, one of the best pieces of advice I've
Wow,
ever gotten.
that's
And
really
probably
something.
saved me,
Yeah.
honestly.
Did you follow up with a thank you to your friend for dispensing that to you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was in my wedding.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
That's really cool. And have you therein passed it along to other people as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I pass it down to my younger friends in the fire department all the time.
That's cool.
And hopefully it impacts them.
Good for you, Danny. Glad that helped you out, man. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. Probably helped out some people right now listening. I'm going to go to, this is Far. Hey, Far, good morning.
Good morning.
What's happening, my man?
The piece of advice that was given to me was by a coworker at a factory that I used to work at. His advice was, don't waste the hate.
Don't waste the hate. Meaning what to you?
Meaning, don't expel your energy, because energy, whether good or bad, is still going to affect you. Don't waste the hate. Don't be angry with other people. And
Okay.
don't
Right. That
waste
makes
your
sense.
time on it.
It could be interpreted as, wait, hang on to that hate
Bowl
for a
it
minute.
up.
Save it for
Yeah.
something that...
And then rage.
And then just...
Then get on a roof with a high-powered rifle. No, I know what you're saying.
Don't
yeah.
waste the energy
Yeah.
of hating is essentially what that comes down to. Yeah.
That makes total sense.
And that's kind of like with my road rage thing and seeing somebody, and I used to get so mad and angry. That person, I'd chase after him, do a little cat and mouse thing on the road, and then I'd drag it home and I'd think about it later. And eventually it dawned on me, I'm like, oh my God, that person has gotten to me, and now I'm wasting all this energy and this,
Yep.
And you're focusing on it, even though it doesn't need to be focused on.
Totally.
So you're neglecting other things in your own life. Just
For
because of
what?
one
And for
small
what?
piece.
Yeah.
We
Some douchebag.
Yeah, in this day and age, we tend to make someone, okay, this is exactly what they are on the surface. Yeah. And I always try to do this. I try to think of that person maybe going there's they have a family, somebody who loves them, who relies on them, and see them as more than just this one thing. Because we tend to just, like, social media hypes this up tremendously. You're this. That's all you are, without seeing.
You never know what somebody else is going through.
Exactly.
All right, that's great. Thanks, Far. Appreciate it, man. There's a lot of good stuff here, man. Which line do you like, Case?
6, Megan.
All right, I'm going to go to her then. Hi, Megan. You are on the air. Good morning.
YouTube.
Oh. YouTube. All right, Megan. Where'd you hear this piece of advice from?
My father. It used to be a joke, and now it's just kind of moral advice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we used to, I have really bad ADD, and like my dad used to say, like, I'm like, this task in front of me is too big. I don't understand. Like, I don't even know where to start. And he would go, hey, how do you eat an elephant? I said, what? He said, how do you eat an elephant? I said, I don't know. He said, one bite at a time.
Right.
Okay.
And then I have a super quick one from my therapist who would say, I said, oh, I have to do this, and I have to do this, and I have to make this before this age. And she said, says who?
Right.
Says who?
Yeah.
That's a good one, too. Yeah.
Now let me finish
That
my
was in
elephant.
Says who? Who says who?
Who says you need to do it that quick? Who says you need to be there by this point? Who said?
So that sort of ports with something that I've tried to remember.
Thanks, Megan.
I've spent so much of my life living, on Saturday I got it. Not realizing that I was totally casting off right now. Totally missing this. Saturday's gonna get here anyway. That thing that I have to go do is gonna get here anyway.
Yeah.
So why am I gonna trade in the time that I'm not doing it? Stop living in the future. And that's what I'd always do. I'd always put benchmarks on the calendar that I'm heading towards. Like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's how when I used to battle with my son about like him doing his homework, and we'd be raging and he'd be crying, and I'm like, dude, and you still have to do your homework anyway.
Right.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are in this emotional quagmire, and you still have to end up doing your homework anyway. So just do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Piece of advice. I'm not much of an advice giver, but a piece of advice I gave to my son as he was going off to college was, whatever you have to do, whatever things you have to take care of them first, and then smoke weed. Okay?
Great advice.
Don't do it beforehand. We'll never get those things done that you need to do.
It came from personal experience, right?
Most definitely. The great demotivator. Marijuana. And I still live by that rule.
Yep.
I absolutely do. I've become.
You always spark up at the end of the show.
I was the world's greatest procrastinator.
Right.
And sometimes I still fall into that. But for the most part, I am, the moment I realize that I have commitments or things that need to be done, I'm like, do them now. Do them right now.
I love
You're
that.
just going to hang
That's what
on
I
to
do.
it, and it's just going to bother you, and it's not worth it. All right, line 8, Case. Yeah. All right, we're going to go to Chris. Hey, Chris, you're on the air. Good morning. It still gets me every time, by the way. All right, what's up, Chris?
Hey, guys. No, one thing that I always kind of went by, and my family member's going to hate me because I don't remember which one told me. One of my uncles.
Okay.
But they always said, you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And from that,
Meaning
I
you
used to
can't
kinda
take
get
it with
like-
you. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's something. So Dr. Mike, is our doctor on the show, and he's just too anecdotally, he's seen it time and time again. I've mentioned it many times on the show. He says you never see someone who's going to cast off this mortal coil and pass to the great beyond, saying, "I wish I had more." What they want to know is that they meant something, and that someone is going to miss them, and that it's that meant something. That puts it all into perspective about what you need in life to get along and enjoy life.
I love that, Bill, U-Haul, the imagery of the U-Haul behind a hearse.
Right, because you can't take it.
You're not going anywhere. Only the pharaohs were buried with all that
with
stuff
their
they thought
servants,
they
too.
needed. Let's kill them.
What the hell?
Yeah. All right, thanks, Chris.
There's a great Oysterhead song. I think it's called "Used to Be the Owner of the World," and now you're just another man who used to be the owner of the world. And that's all it is. Like, although I did say, yesterday my Nalgene bottle top broke off, and I was like, man, and I was like, this is a collector's item. And the lady I was with, she's like, are you going to get buried with it? And I was like, maybe, you know. And that might be another conversation for another time. If you could be buried with one thing, what would that one thing be?
Yeah.
You know?
All right, jot it down. We'll put that in the Stacko topics.
All right, yeah.
Couple more on here, and then we're going to take a break that were on this list that kicked this whole thing off. Someone had said the best advice they received was don't cling to a mistake just because you spent a long time making it. Now, I don't know exactly what that refers to, meaning you spent a long time making it.
I think it means like
a relationship?
Yes, regret. Why did I ever do this? Why did I ever get involved with this or start this?
Yeah.
But I mean, you do once you get the 30,000-foot view of a little bit of life, you start to see things may not reveal themselves while they're happening, but you may further on down the road see that need, like Case, you not being a star quarterback for the Eagles, but you're having a pretty good life regardless.
There are some things, though, at least I can only speak from my own perspective, of mistakes or things that I've done in the past, and you kind of never let go of them, you know what I mean? They still, not that it's haunting, but I look back and I think of things that I may have said or done and been like, oh,
do you use them as guide rails? Use them as guide rails.
Sure.
So
and I've gotten past that, and I don't do that anymore.
Right.
But still, regret of doing it in the first place. I do wish I had a better way of letting go of some of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Drinking.
Yes. It's also important.
With Marissa. She needs company.
Marissa, by the way, I'll come over.
Thank you.
We can drink.
Anytime. I'll call you late at night.
Please. And I'll take Pierre's advice. Only instead of dinner, it's alcohol.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then one last one from this person who wrote, this was advice they got. Stop expecting you from other people. Which is really interesting.
I've dispensed this advice. Say there's a family member that doesn't return calls, and so we love this family person, and my wife will sometimes be, I can't believe it. I'm like, to have this person in your life, you have to understand this person will not return calls.
Yeah.
So is it worth it to have this person that you love, and of course it is, then just understand that's that. They're not us. This is not the way you operate or I operate, but it's the way they do, and that's what you're going to have to accommodate.
Two more quick ones. This one says, you can't have a happy future if you are living in the past.
Yeah.
That's according to Linda from Williamstown who texted. And this last one, since we got this whole thing started off by talking about Pierre Robert Day, which is coming up on Saturday, and this would be fun to talk about, bits of advice that people have gotten from Pierre. This one, someone said, I've got one. Strut show. Couldn't find anyone to go with me. Pierre texted back and said, have you ever regretted going to a show? Have you ever regretted not going? He said, I went by myself. It was the last time I saw him alive. Also got a big old Pierre hug and autograph.
There you go.
Great.
So that's great advice coming from the man.
It's basically, what might have been. So you go and you do it and you find out.
Love it. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much for texting, for calling. We appreciate it. Little bits of advice. Maybe you picked up something today. Maybe you can share something. We'd appreciate that. We're going to take a quick break and come back in a second. The Bizarre File is what is up next. So stay with us and we'll have it for you.
Tearing up, but yeah, she's great.
Hey, Mark, when you're going after guests, are you do you go through proper channels or do you go through friends of friends or a little bit of both?
I got a bit of a problem where I would fart on the show.
Okay.
And a couple of these, what do you call it? Publicists.
Oh.
They don't like that. So we had Bryan Cranston in our building, and we said, come to the show, you're here. And his publicist went, don't do it. He farted on Allison Brie. So I kind of screwed the pooch by farting. But it's a comedy show.
How was Allison with that?
She was super cool, fun.
She's the farting,
She was
no
bad,
problem?
but she didn't care. It's these damn PR people who care. So that ruined that. So I think
because you farted on him.
Yeah. Farted on Nate Bargatze. He didn't love it.
Really?
David Cross hated it.
Wait. Farted on?
Well, next to.
Okay, all right.
But a gust hit them, I guess.
Okay,
Did you fart in their direction?
Possibly. I can't remember which cheek I leaned on. But,
I can see Nate Bargatze, but David Cross did one of my favorite bits he's ever done is about this performance comedian whose thing is taking a dump on the flag.
And he couldn't.
I know, right?
He's constipated one night and the show didn't work.
Yeah.
So he got pissed?
He did not care for it. I farted on his podcast as a goof, comedians.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the hell? He got up, took his headphones off, walked out. He almost threw me out of the studio.
Wow.
And we had to work it out. And then he said the N-word. So I was like, well, wait a minute. I think that's a little worse than farting.
It's far worse than farting.
Yeah. So that was awkward. But we're cool now.
All right.
Some people just do not care for a flatulence.
Is there any, there's a sign that says you're being videotaped, or there's kind of what you can expect. And is that part of your sign on the door into the studio?
That's we need a disclaimer.
Yeah.
You may get farted on.
Yeah.
I have a whole sound bank of my own farts. You want to hear? This is one of my favorite ones. This is classified as a fart Casey mad. So this is a mad fart.
It's pretty good. A little angry.
That's a beauty.
Yeah. And then this is my fart asking a question.
I love it.
But the best is your friend Jeff's.
My best friend Jeff. This is a fart. Jeff super fart. You ready? Brace yourself.
That's not real.
Solid. It's real.
Come on.
That's Jeff.
Wow. All right. Now we need a queef.
Oh, dear
Come on,
God.
sister. Hit me.
I'm out of this conversation.
All right.
We had so many queef out of candle in the other studio.
We did.
I came on the wrong day.
Yeah. And it was Macy.
Somebody just texted in and said, is this Mark Norman? They're just tuning in. Sounds like him. Yes, it is Mark Norman, and he is going to be at Helium, and you can't get tickets already. The shows are all sold out. Switching gears from the fart chat real
Sorry.
quick.
Thank you.
No, it's
Clean
all
it up,
good.
Preston.
But your hand keeps going up the right here. Your watch you're wearing.
Yeah.
Is that like a really old digital watch?
That's a Timex. It was $10.99, and it runs like a Kenyan. This thing will not die.
Have you had it forever? That I just haven't seen one that old in a long time.
It looks old. I bought it, 5-6 years ago,
Okay.
but it runs great, but it beeps like a weirdo. I don't know when
it
how
looks
to fix it.
circa late 1980s to me or something like that.
Oh yeah, well I just all my friends now, all these Shane Gillises, they all get rich and buy a Rolex or whatever, and I can't do it.
You can't do that.
Nah,
No.
too showy.
Have you seen what's the big hit? What was the timepiece we were talking about where they were waiting in line?
That was the
Swatch is back.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, dude, they had fights at worldwide all over the place. They had this limited edition. It's kind of a pocket watch type of thing, but there were actual bras, and police had to get involved.
It was the brand that they were collabing with.
Yeah.
I had never heard of it, but they were the fancy ones. So these things run like $80,000, and they were collabing with Swatch. And that's
Well,
what
the
all
Swatch
the
ones weren't $80,000. Not that collab.
but that's
Yeah.
why it was so sought after.
Okay, I
Yeah.
gotcha.
You never know what'll take these Stanley Cup mugs.
Oh, my God.
What is the people fist fight over these things?
Yeah.
But I am enjoying the Apple Watches going away because they just are lacking personality. And the worst, in my opinion, I know you have one, but
I love it.
Yes, but for me, when I'm at like live shows or concerts, I was at a comedy show and this woman had it at full brightness and kept moving her arm and like flailing. So it was just bright in my face the entire time. I almost wanted to lean over and be like, can I change the settings on your watch?
Security,
Right.
that woman's watch is really ruining the evening for me.
Well, we're too dialed in. How many steps am I on? How much sleep? What's my sleep score? Yeah, right. Just
Yeah.
live your life. What are you doing?
When you see somebody in the audience and they've got something, not unlike Marissa's bright watch or whatever, is that can that be distracting to you, or do you use that as maybe a little crowd work or something?
Well, a
along
lot
those
of
lines?
times you just see that phone go up, just boom, we're filming you. And I got 12 minutes on the Jews. So I'm like, hey, can you lower that, you psycho? So that's the scary stuff, is seeing that video go up.
Really?
Yeah, because they'll throw that thing on YouTube
That's
and then
the thing.
people attack you.
Out of context.
Yeah.
That's why, honestly, you talk about the painful process of working on new material.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Right.
That's it. Something is unleashed before you're ready to consider it ready to go.
And
Yes.
that sucks.
And so, since you're being filmed, is that it's not a good idea to go, hey, dude, put that away? You know what I mean? Because then they've got that on film.
Yeah. They just, because now everybody wants content. It used to just be performers. So now you do a crowd work thing with a guy in the front row, and then he goes, can I get that tape? And you're like, wait, that's my tape.
Yeah.
The audience is asking you for the tape?
Yeah, things have changed because they go, hey, I got a heckle moment here at the show I went to, so I want to post it.
That is a whole nother layer of absurdity. The content creators.
Yes.
And we talk about this. I'm so sick and tired of seeing, I think, actionable savable moments where people are actually in physical duress or having something happen, and someone is standing clearly filming it and not interceding or jumping. Like there's a wall of humanity that they can't get past. You know, it's crazy.
Well, that's why people do these yonder bags now, where they put their phone in a bag and you can't use it, and you can see people spaz out because they're like they're not used to not having a phone for 6 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, so are influencers or anything like going to comedy shows and heckling, hoping to get
I'm sure
featured?
it happens all the time. Yeah.
They learn a hard lesson though if they're with someone with your capabilities or other,
Yeah.
So unless they want to, end up looking like they've been pulverized, that's the risk. So.
Well, there's so much heckle videos now that people go to a show and I've seen comics have to go, this is the stand-up portion. Please don't yell out.
Right.
We'll do crowd work in a minute.
Right.
It's bad.
Yeah. And that's the nature of the beast of social media, and which has been great for comedians because you can post these little slices of kind of here's what, and then they'll want to come see the rest.
Yes.
But if it's all this crowd work stuff, then people start thinking, oh, I'm a participant in this.
Right.
And
It's
that's not what it's
bittersweet.
about. Yeah.
Because it helps you get fans, but it also people show up expecting a certain thing.
Yeah.
And you're not listen, crowd work is fine, but that's never been, you can do it like nobody's business, but it's the material, it's what people are there for. And if you think you're helping the show, you're not.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. I mean, we all like a Chris Rock, but we no one ever quotes, hey, did you see Chris Rock going at it with that lady?
Yeah.
Or when he asked, where you from?
Right.
Or what do you do for a living? No one's quoting that in 30 years. You're quoting the N-words or whatever.
So, Mark, you've got new material. You're working on it now. Do you work stuff for a while and then decide, hey, it's time for a special, or do you have something in sight for later on in the year?
You just kind of put it all together and let it work itself out, and then I think after it's working, give it another year.
Wow!
Yeah,
Okay.
Just because there's no gatekeeper now with YouTube and all that, so you got to be your own gatekeeper.
That's an interesting point.
Hone it, fine it, tweak it.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised. You put another year on that special, you'd be shocked at how different it turns out.
Wow.
So it's like what do they say? It's like a samurai sword. You just got to keep hitting it.
Yeah.
So it smooths over.
Keep tempering it. All right. Well, listen, dude, we are glad that you spent some, carved out some time for us to come by here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm going to go back to Kensington and do some trank. just lean over.
Listen, it's a beautiful day for it.
Yeah. Get some sun.
By the way, you can see Mark's special None Too Pleased, which is out on Netflix now. And all things Mark Norman, you can check out at marknormancomedy.com. But appreciate you coming by, man. Thanks for being here. Enjoy your time in Philly.
Good to be back. Thank you, gang.
You got
Appreciate you. Sorry
Mark
about the
Norman,
police.
everybody. On the Preston and Steve show. We're going to take a break. Come back in a second, wrapping everything up, so make sure you stay put. Classic Friday, March 3rd. And later that day, the band Everclear will be performing. It's a 5 p.m. show, pretty early show.
It's great.
Because we're all going to be up early and have a hell of a day in front of us, so it's great that it's not insanely late. And then Saturday, Lit and Fuel will be performing. And they're also doing this thing, pond skimming, where you can ski across the water in costume.
Oh, I've seen that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You come down the hill and then you're
Yeah.
going fast enough to actually go across the water. And then a fireworks show that night on Saturday.
I love it. Everything is perfect.
Tickets for Mountain Fest concerts are on sale now. Any Lyft ticket for one of those days is valid for the concert entry, and season pass holders get in for free. And VIP packages are available. You can click on events at WMMR.com. We're a ways off, but March 3rd is when it's going to be. It's back.
Excellent.
It's very, very cool. I saw something a term I had not been privy to this morning, and it's something called quiet quitting.
That was the worst hair band of the 80s.
No, that was Quiet Riot.
Oh.
Well, they weren't the worst, but Quiet Quitting.
Quiet quitting? Is that like ghosting your job or something like that?
That's what I thought it might be, but it's not. It's a workplace trend that's getting some press lately, and it does not involve sneaking out of work and heading for the hills. Instead, advocates describe it as doing the absolute minimum their jobs require and refusing to work extra. I was teasing something about what we were doing. I'm like, well, sometimes we do that with the Bizarre File, which is around 7:45. And somebody texted me and said, you guys haven't done the Bizarre File at 7:45 in 15 years.
It's true.
Touche. You're
It's
all right.
true.
Because it's 8:01 right now. We're not even starting.
Do you know what the original time was for the Hollywood trash?
No.
8:30.
Really? Doing it like 9:10, 9:15? No, 10.
10:15.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
God, we never shut up.
Used to do Hollywood Trash with the Bizarre File, and then it moved to Music News, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Everyone says I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't think so. It's been this format for a long time.
Okay. Maybe it was Lesson Question moved.
Maybe.
That was it.
All right, listen, real quick, couple of shout outs.
Yes.
I got this. This one is from Caitlin Zoflick. And, Ryan. I printed something up. Can you grab it off the printer? It was an email because there's another one I want to add.
Quick like a bunny.
I'd like to do a request shout out to my dad, Jim Grobaker, on August 5th. We're not going to be here on August 5th, so I'm going to do this now. For his birthday, he is a longtime listener, and he would likely prefer for me to keep his age to myself. He's 61. She said he's not really that old. I grew up listening to WMMR since I was little and continue to do so to this day. Thanks to my dad's sarcastic humor and love of MMR, including your show, which he listens to via podcast, we've attended several Grand Prix, blood drives, and concerts ranging from the Hooters to the Machine performs Pink Floyd. This year, I want to give my dad a shout out for being so many things, a role model, a rocker, a movie line reciter, a dad joke lover, a popsy to my two sons, and so much more. He's one of the greatest and my favorite dad, obviously, because I only have one. So that is from Caitlin, and here is a shout out to your dad. An early birthday. And this one is, hey, I was hoping to get a butt plug to, before I do that one, let me do this shout out, because the shout out is for the person that is giving the butt plug. It says, this is from two people, two different emails. Trina and Min had both texted in or emailed in separately and says, hey, I was hoping to get a shout out to Lisa, who is a YouTuber, and she's having surgery today. And we wanted to wish her good luck. Lisa and her husband, Steve, had a bunch of us over on Saturday for a barbecue and pool party for the YouTube crew.
Nice.
We had a great time. Good luck, Lisa. We love you. So here's a shout out to you, Lisa. And then Lisa had emailed me independently and wanted me to give a butt plug for something. She says, I was wishing you could get an important plug, it was an event for my Jeep club that we put on and I volunteer with on August 8th. We were hosting what's called Reclaim 6, which is one of New Jersey's largest charity first responder Jeep car and truck shows. This is our 6th year putting on this show where we raise funds for first responder organizations. This year, we're supporting two organizations, Troopers United Foundation and Burlington County K-9 Search and Rescue. The show takes place on August 8th at the Burlington County Fairgrounds. Thanks in advance. If you're able to plug this, have a great vacation. That is from Lisa. And she is also known as NJ Lisa on YouTube.
Oh, and the Cold Jam.
That's her.
I threw that in for the hell of it.
Then here's another one. This is Nick Knight, a.k.a. Captain Turd. He said, myself and the other builders, Mike and Dave, are part of a motorcycle club called Strength and Honor, and they have they're a charitable organization comprised solely of veterans and first responders, most of which are serving Chester County. Our mission is to provide rapid financial assistance to military personnel, first responders, and families during times of need. And they support numerous local charities and causes throughout the year, including the Camp Out for Hunger. And said we've just started collecting for the Camp Out recently. But he said this, we have a bike night at PJ's in Exton tonight and would love a shout out to bring more awareness to our organization if it's not too much trouble. So they're at PJ Willahan's in Downingtown tonight from 5 to 9 for a Dine to Donate event, and they're also collecting perishable donations for Camp Out.
I love that.
They're selling merch and answering any questions people may have. First responders and veterans will receive a free challenge coin as well. So that is tonight, PJ Willahan's and Downingtown. So I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. That is from Nick Knight, and he is the secretary of the organization. Says, thanks so much. Hope to see you all out there. And then one last one. Sorry about this. We're coming down to the wire. This is an interesting one. He sent a video along with it. He said, hey, I would love to send a shout out to my wife, Megan. We're celebrating 10 years of blissful marriage on July 30th. Not sure if you'll be able to see the video attached, but as part of this shout out request backstory, it was one of the most prized videos I have, as it is the shout out my wife sent me as an early wedding present 10 years ago.
Oh, that's amazing.
So he still has the video from 2016 when we did a shout out for them when they were getting married. And now they're celebrating their 10th anniversary. So that's a beautiful thing. He said, I want to return the favor when she least expect it. It would mean the world to me and her if you could send a big, wet, juicy shout out to my one true love, Megan, as we embark on the next decade of our lives together. Thank you so much, you guys. Rock sincerely, Ryan Saltzman. And then he writes, P.S. Steve, I have finally made it out of the 8th grade.
All right.
I'm not sure what that means.
Don't know what that means.
But we'll pass it along. And here's your short.
10 years, man! 10!
Congratulations, you two crazy kids.
Taking on the world.
Let's do the Bizarre File.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Mr. Sticky's. Mr. Sticky's famous sticky and cinnamon buns now open in Lahaska in Bucks County, right next to Peddler's Village. Mr. Sticky's, warning, extremely addictive. All right, when someone sees Bigfoot, it immediately brings up questions about its height, what it looked like, and apparently what cup size it would need in a bra. A man says he came face to face with Bigfoot early in the morning on July 5th while driving home to Rhode Island from a cabin in Voluntown, Connecticut. He told investigators with the Bigfoot Field Research Organization that something jumped out in front of his car, forcing him to slam on the brakes. He described the creature as 8 to 8.5 feet tall.
Wow.
Walking on two legs, long shaggy brown hair covering his body and arms that hung down to its knees. The creature never looked at him and kept walking into the woods. He said that it took him a minute or two to calm down enough to keep driving. He also said that he used to doubt that Bigfoot was real, but not anymore. And when asked if the creature looked male or female, he said, quote, no boobs.
No boobs.
No boobs. All right.
That's all I have.
Delineate.
All I have to say
Has
about
anyone
that.
ever purported to have seen a female Bigfoot?
Never
heard that.
Have I heard that, Steve? Yeah. All right, here's
What about a huge freaking Hooters, huh?
Here's the follow-up for you again on this idiot. A Kentucky man who made headlines last year by winning the state's largest ever lottery fortune
this guy.
has been arrested for allegedly strangling a woman. This is again this guy.
I mean, you have all this fortune coming your way, and you still can't stop being a dickhead.
James Farthing, 51, won a staggering $167 million Powerball jackpot in April 2025.
Dickhead.
Allegedly putting a life of crime behind him as he became one of the richest Kentucky residents overnight. But on Monday, he was arrested on domestic violence charges of strangulation and assault,
I just like strangling.
marking the fourth criminal case since he won the jackpot.
Yeah.
Fourth criminal case.
You have no impetus to stop doing that?
The victim told police that she and the 51-year-old got into an altercation when they returned to his Georgetown home after a boating trip on Sunday. The woman told police the argument escalated into a physical confrontation when Farthing allegedly wrapped both hands around her neck and began choking her. The warrant states the woman had visible welts on her neck. He entered a not guilty plea and was ordered held on $15,000 cash bond. The 51-year-old was also ordered to wear an electronic monitoring device and have no contact with the alleged victim. Just days after his win last year, he was arrested after allegedly assaulting a police officer in Florida. The arrest resulted in a parole violation conviction, and he spent 2 months in jail. Farthing was no stranger to brushes with the law, and before his lottery win, he had spent 30 years in prison on a variety of offenses, including escaping from jail and burglary as well.
You just can't shake it. It's
No.
in the DNA.
I guess it is. He
I just love strangling.
likes to do that type of thing. Crazy. All right, here's a crazy story of survival after 30 days stranded at sea. 39-year-old Kai Sato was finally rescued. He set sail on June 7th from the Catalina Island in California.
Must have been leaving the wine mixer.
I think he was, Steve. But his mast snapped, and the phone he was using to navigate died. While drifting south, Sato said he spent a week crying and even contemplating taking his own life. Survival instincts eventually kicked in, and he was able to jerry-rig sails, tried using PVC and kayak paddles to make repairs on his boat, and collected condensation in a plastic bag for water.
That's pretty resourceful.
Yeah. After a month, he managed to float into the shipping lane between California and Hawaii. He was spotted and rescued by a container ship.
Yoo-hoo!
Wow, man. Wow. All right, let's see what else we have here for you. A former U.S. Postal Inspector who is a federal law enforcement officer authorized to carry a firearm, make arrests, and execute search warrants, has agreed to plead guilty to allegedly stealing $330,000 in cash from packages mailed by elderly victims and then laundering the cash and failing to report it to the IRS. He allegedly used the stolen cash to pay for a pool patio, granite countertop for his outdoor bar, lighting for his pool and bar, Caribbean cruise expenses, and escorts.
Well, listen, the old people just blow it on medicine. Right?
Scott Kelly has agreed to plead guilty to 44 counts of the 44-count indictment. Kelly was a postal inspector at the Boston Division headquarters of the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, the law enforcement arm of the Postal Service. In 2015, he became the team leader of the mail fraud unit, which, among other things, investigated lottery and other scams targeting senior citizens and other vulnerable populations.
He's perfect, right?
Yep.
Poised to do it. He knows all the ins and outs.
Yep. He used deceptive emails to cause unwitting postal employees to intercept packages that the USPS algorithm had flagged as likely having been mailed to scam victims, and then he had them sent to him. In total, he allegedly requested that approximately 1,950 packages be intercepted and mailed to him. Wow. It's alleged that he opened intercepted parcels that looked or felt like they might contain cash and stole any cash inside. Wow.
The notion of sending physical cash to the mail. You remember years ago, you would send, $10 or whatever in the mail. But, oh, my God, what a scumbag.
Yeah, and if he gets the wire fraud charges, it could be 20 years in prison for this guy as well. All right, let me see. I have time to squeeze in one more. Let's go with, I need a short one here. These are all long stories. Okay, yeah, this one's from a couple days ago, and I didn't get a chance to get to it. A Mississippi property owner has uncovered more than 200 Civil War era cannonballs while preparing land for commercial development, and historians believe even more artifacts may still be buried. Harold Knight said that he first found a single cannonball on his Boonville property before inviting people with metal detectors to search the site. The search quickly turned up
I found!
hundreds of Civil War munitions, including grape shot, canister shot, and case shot.
Oh, that's pretty amazing.
All estimated to be more than 160 years old. Experts at the Boonville Rails and Trails Museum believe the ammunition is likely connected to either the Battle of Blackland or the Battle of Boonville, two Civil War battles fought in 1862.
It's amazing.
Museum officials say additional archaeological evidence would be needed to confirm the exact origin of the cannonballs, but the property's location places it in between two historic battle sites. So it's pretty wild. They found 200.
You can still find, think about how many hugely historical events took place around this area and in general.
Do you know what I've always wanted to find and have never in my life stumbled across it? Well, two things.
Yeah.
A shark's tooth or an arrowhead.
Arrowhead,
I found many arrowheads.
You have found arrowheads?
Yes.
Dude.
Absolutely. At least 3 or 4.
Where were you? Just in the woods or
in the
what?
woods where we were at Long Island. There was a park we'd go through, and you'd find them all the time. It was known for people finding arrowheads, and it was so cool.
I would love to come across something like that.
I was held an arrowhead in my hand, and we left it where it was when we were in the Grand Canyon. We were in this one little settlement area where the Native Americans were.
Okay,
and to me, so the guide that we were with, he goes, "Oh, look, there's one," and I felt like he knew that it was there.
He planted it.
But it was a legit arrowhead. But I was like, I have to leave this here. You know what I mean?
Out of superstition or out of respect?
Respect, and for the next people, like just in case, because the guy didn't indicate that he knew it was there.
Maybe the Indian would come back.
Possibly,
Where the hell's my arrowhead?
Possibly. Yeah. But I was like, all right, maybe. But like there was, really, really cool stuff like. And stuff that you did not touch, you just left there, like pieces of pottery and all that.
So I believe on Long Island it was the Iroquois, I believe, were the tribe that was predominant, and it was cool. It was very cool. Not a shark's tooth though. Never did that.
Either one of those.
Yeah.
Just I never have been able to find stuff.
Would you
like
ever go to panning for gold and all that stuff?
I did that as a kid.
Yeah.
My dad and I were with this area called Cripple Creek in Colorado. We panned for gold, and it got boring after a while for a kid. You know, but what I would like to do are those diamond farms.
That's pretty cool.
Arkansas?
Or whatever. Yeah, and if eventually you might find something.
We have a garden. Why don't you plant some diamond seeds?
Okay. Yeah. You never know. Start a whole new crop at home. All right, that's it. The Bizarre File. Let's take a break, but before we do so, our friends from Rita's are here. And they have a new flavor, and along with it comes some gift cards. We'll take caller number 16, 610-660-9333. We will give you a $50 gift card to Rita's, and they have Shirley Temple Combine
it.
classic Shirley Temple flavor with Rita's delicious Italian ice. You get the new Shirley Temple ice only at Rita's. It's a surely good time, but you can get there quick because the Shirley Temple ice is a Rita's limited time offer only. So we'll take that caller. We'll set you up with the gift card, and we have more of those to give away through the course of the morning. We'll break and we'll be right back. Hang out for a bit. Or take on extra assignments while focusing on out-of-work activities.
So, like, they're forcing themselves to be fired or be like,
No.
They're keeping, I get this, they're keeping the bare bones minimum requirement that they need to do to be working at the job, but they spend a lot of time, say, online or taking like
What
hour
does
and a
that
half.
have to do about quitting?
I don't know the name either, Kathy. I didn't understand that.
You're quitting without quitting. You're resigning yourself to doing you're still working, but you're paring down to do the absolute minimum to make it to retain your job.
You're quitting part of your job.
So what are you doing for 24 years?
They say it's about having an identity outside the workplace and refusing to let work rule your life.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong then.
Critics, including presumably some of their bosses, say some of it sounds a lot like old-fashioned slacking.
Yes. Yeah.
But I don't know. I disagree. And hear me out for a moment.
All right.
So when you are forging your career,
right,
and you're beginning, yes, extra time, extra hours, extra assignments, impressing the boss, doing things like this are absolutely crucial, I think. And I certainly lived my life that way.
Yes.
Once I found a career I wanted to get in. Now, when I was working at McDonald's, I didn't give a damn. I just cared. I got in and out of there when I wanted. You know, I was a teenager. But when I started to realize, okay, I need to make a living, and I also found something I love to do, radio, I spent a lot of extra time at work and didn't mind it and was enjoying learning what I was doing.
Right.
And that ethos has lasted a long time. But I have to say in the past few years, because we have had a successful career and one that we've spent a lot of extra time in, I have also now made it a point to have my life outside of that.
Yeah.
And taking on extra assignments and things like that, I don't feel the need to do anymore.
I don't think that's what this is, though. I think, at least, and maybe you've read the article. I think, at least what I think is, they're saying slacking, and that correlation is not between simply maintaining a work life and a regular life and balancing the two. But I think it means, like at work, you'll never say, I'll take on a project. I'll invest extra time in this. You're the second the clock hits 5, or whatever, you're out the door. You arrive at the last possible second. You take every second. And mind you, you're entitled. But also, if there are ways to dawdle throughout the day.
I don't think it's that.
You don't think it's that?
No, and I think the reason that some of the critics might say that it's slacking is because, man, how many people do you know that take work home with them? I know plenty of them.
Yeah.
And, I do.
Well, all the time.
We do.
I work from home all the time.
Yeah. A good probably third of my job I do at home. But I also, my buddy Steve is just constantly, he's taking work home with him.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think that the workload in some jobs, this is not everything, this is not an overall thing, but in some jobs, it's too much, man.
Do they literally spell out what they're talking about there, or is it as vague as it seems to be?
I'll read a little bit further on this. Gallup calls it not engaged. Jim Harder, chief scientist for Gallup's Workplace, a well-being research center, says survey data shows workers are less engaged, and quiet quitting sounds like what he refers to as not engaged, a group that includes 54% of survey respondents born after 1989. But while engagement is lowest among Gen Zers and younger millennials, it's been dropping across all age groups in recent years. So it's not...
It still seems kind of vague.
Yeah, and then on the other side, it says they're doing what they're getting paid for. Advocates say quiet quitting is all about maintaining a healthy work-life balance. People aren't going above and beyond. They're not bending over backwards for their employers anymore and sacrificing their mental and physical health.
Yeah.
They're doing what they're getting paid for. She says she wishes the trend had a different name because you're not quitting. You're taking care of yourself. You're coasting. You're carefully coasting. So it's the above and beyond thing kind of spells it a little bit.
Sure. Now, I think, I feel that we all go above and beyond, for this, because this is not a, this is, that's our agreement. That's what we do. We want to do the best we can do to live up to our agreement with the audience. But I think at a certain level, especially if you want to get ahead, you need to take.
But but if you are ahead, if you're already ahead, and I think it has a lot to do with how your company treats you.
Yes.
If you work for a good company that takes care of you, you're more likely to go above and beyond.
Yes.
If you work for a company that does not take care of you, you're going to do the bare minimum.
No, I agree.
Yeah. I'm going to say something that'll only make sense to you guys, but recently there's been some requests of what I would call going above and way beyond.
Right.
And we've all
it's
ignored
like,
it.
come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
We're already working a lot, and so that happens in all kinds of businesses. We say, oh, by the way, you also need to do this now.
Right.
Like, wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How about?
I quit.
Yeah. I quit. Hang on. Let me go to Larry because he's got an example of quietly quitting. Hi, Larry. Good morning.
Yo, you guys ever heard of Jerkmate?
You ever heard of Jerkmate?
Yo, ever heard of Jerkmate?
What's up, Larry?
Yo, how are you guys? I work for a very big, very corporate, and that's the one word that I think hasn't really come up in this conversation. Very corporate company.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, they were pretty good throughout the pandemic, and I stepped up, took the job above me. Was waiting for basically somebody to open up so that the job title would open up, and I could kind of step into that. And when it did, they denied me my promotion and a raise. So now I'm just kind of freeloading until they figure out, it would cost them more money to find me and fire me than it would for me to just skirt under the rails. And kind of,
let me ask you.
So that's your version of quietly quitting. Okay.
Have you ever seen the movie Office Space?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Would that hold true to what you're talking about?
Except they're not fixing the glitch.
Yeah. Yeah. No. But I agree too. We happen to work for a company that is very supportive and really wants to be a participant in helping us realize our maximum capabilities.
I wonder though. There's got to be people out there who have had a job for a long time who actually, because there's so many people in the workforce, don't actually have to do anything. They just go in, clock in or whatever.
Well,
kind of hang out.
Like the guys you see who work for the city who they've never shown up for in years, never show up for work. And, go get the vehicle, go home. I think of Tom Hanks and Joe versus the Volcano, Preston, that kind of job.
As mundane as it could possibly be.
No, but there's got to be coworkers who are not doing that, who are going to call that person out, or at least, you know what I mean? There's no way that can go on for years and years. Somebody's going to say something.
Yeah. We hear from so many people about how hard they work, and I appreciate that. But Casey made me think of something. Who listening now has the easiest job in the world?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to hear that.
Well,
215-263-WMMR, because you rarely do you hear people boasting about how easy their job is.
But the easiest job, or has a job where they really just they don't care, so they don't do much.
Maybe it's both.
You know what I mean? Because you were talking about us taking work home with us. To me, yes, it is work. But if I'm sitting on my couch at home reading an article that we're going to talk about the next day, I don't really see that as work. I mean, it is. It's considered work. It's considered prep. But for me,
you're not capping an oil fire.
Yeah, I'm just at home reading.
Yeah, but it is all relative.
I see it as work. But I mean, and I probably do it differently than you do. I'm scouring all kinds of stuff. I'm printing things up. I edit.
You don't have a glass of wine and bonbons.
No, I categorize. I try to. I've got.
My feet are up. I'm I'm working.
Now, listen, it's not hard work. It's not physical hard labor. It's time consuming and
time consuming is what it is. Yeah, for sure. Do you at your prep though? Sometimes are you oh God, I do not feel like doing this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. But then I'm get it done, do it, get it over with.
Well, also that's why sometimes too, because you do a lot of prep. If I see stuff, if I see articles, I'll send it to you because I think that
I know
that's something that you could use and maybe a little less work for you.
Right. No, I appreciate that. And ultimately I've got to figure out if we're going to go to it or not. But man, there was a point I was going to make and I don't remember what
I kept talking.
That's okay.
Why don't you tell Kathy how much she turns you on?
No, that was
oh God.
That was not what I was.
I quit so hard. I'm so quitted.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, let me go to some calls. Easy jobs. All right, we'll go to John. Hey, John, good morning.
Morning.
What's up, John?
So I work at a golf store in Wilmington, and it's probably the easiest job in the world. I just talk to people about golf all day.
And do you love what you do?
Oh, absolutely. I used to work in finance. When COVID hit, I found this job, luckily, and I've never been happier.
So, there's sometimes because you excel at a job, it has the feeling of being easy, and that's always the axiom, one of the axioms my father conveyed to me, which is do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
Absolutely.
You're still working, but it's fulfilling.
Outside of the hours that we lead, I consider our job to be pretty damn easy.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky as hell.
Yeah.
And I love doing it.
Yeah, Martha.
Thank you very much, Marissa. There's a lot going on in this hub that we live in, ladies and gentlemen.
Scoobity-wow, wow. He's the meat behind the beat, pounding the street. Preston Elliott gives you CDB.
Yeah, baby. So I have some stories passed along that have origins in and around our area. And I'm going to lead with this one. This was actually a press release from the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia.
We know them well.
We do. In fact, we're being given an award later on this year for Person of the Year, which is wonderful. And a lot of other people are getting inducted into their Hall of Fame. We are already in the Hall of Fame, but Matt O'Donnell from 6ABC is going to be inducted. And they've been mentioning it on their program this morning, by the way, that we are there as well.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize.
Was really nice.
Yeah.
Bill Weston is getting in. And a bunch of other luminaries, and we'll mention those names as we get a little bit closer. But I wanted to mention this because this press release they put out, our buddy John DeBella has announced the establishment of a scholarship fund in memory, of course, his close friend and fellow radio legend, Pierre Robert.
That's so cool.
John's donation of $10,000 recognizes Pierre's incredible legacy and their enduring friendship for over 40 years. So the Pierre Robert Scholarship, presented by John DeBella, will be awarded by Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia to outstanding local students pursuing careers in radio, television, film, and other electronic media platforms. I thought that was a really cool tribute.
That deserves a...
Applications for the scholarship won't start until January.
Okay.
So if you are interested, and listen, some of our interns would qualify for that.
Yes, absolutely.
They can definitely do that. So donations to the Pierre Robert Scholarship, presented by John DeBella, can be made at broadcastpioneers.org.
An interesting side note, Preston. When is that ceremony taking place?
The final day of this year's Camp Out for Hunger.
So when we wrap up the Camp Out for Hunger, arguably one of the most debilitating things on our schedule, we have this in the evening, but we're very proud to do it and glad to be there to see people like Bill and Matt O'Donnell get inducted. It'll be nice.
It'll be great. It's just the timing is going to be difficult for us because we go into sort of a self-induced coma.
Yeah.
Right after that.
Medical coma.
Oh, my God, man.
So let's see if we can ask if we can show up smart casual.
Yeah. But we're going to be at the earlier portion of the program. Yeah. Okay, Marissa pulled up some of the other people that are being inducted. Al Morganti is one of them.
Cool.
Christy Springfield, Tom McCarthy, our buddy.
Yeah.
So there's a number of people, and Bill West and Matt O'Donnell, and so it's gonna be a great evening. So, but I wanted to mention the Pierre Robert Scholarship from John DeBella. I thought that was a really cool little tribute. Yep. All right, something else. All right, this is really cool. Steve sent me this article. The new owner, Case, and I don't know if you know this or not, of Swiss Farm Stores, which is a Delco fixture.
Yeah.
Planning new stores with gas pumps.
Okay.
In Delaware, Philadelphia, Montgomery, and Bucks County.
How does that sit with you? You're a big proponent.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. The problem is they don't, the footprint of the stores are not that big.
No.
So I don't know.
They're drive-through, aren't they?
They're going to change things.
Yeah, they're going to change things. I wonder if they're going to make people pump gas for you.
So this guy, Arsh Pola, who's a Drexel University graduate and gas station and convenience store operator, bought the chain in stages after starting talks in 2022. He said, "We are neck and neck with Wawa. When they went into gas in 1996, we were neck and neck with Wawa, and then they got into gas in 1996, and it revolutionized their business. So he's kind of looking at that. So he's a newer owner of the chain, 2022.
Sure,
so,
yeah.
He's
a couple of
looking.
years.
He's looking to expand that.
Listen, I drive past one every day on my way to and from work. I actually haven't been to one in a while, but I'm telling you, as a parent with little kids in the car,
oh yeah,
Swiss Farms was a godsend, and they tried to expand into New Jersey. And I remember Chuck telling me about it, and it just for some reason didn't take. And I'm like, I don't understand why. It was so convenient.
So it's drive-through, right?
Yeah, it's all drive-through.
Right. So up in New
you
York
can
for
walk
years,
up.
we had a place, a couple places called Dairy Barn. Same thing, but you couldn't walk inside. It was. They get you everything you asked for.
Yep. I've stopped by the one in, it's on Baltimore Pike and Saxer Avenue. Saxer Avenue in Springfield. And I've gone there on my bike, Like there are some stores that I've tried to go through drive-thrus, like McDonald's will not allow you to ride your bike through a drive-thru. But this one, I needed a Gatorade bad, and I didn't
need it bad, man.
I needed it really, really bad. But I'm surprised it didn't take in New Jersey. And for anybody who's never used this Swiss Farm, I mean, They've only expanded. They have everything you could possibly need.
So Pola's vision to update Swiss Farms, which started in 1968, by the way, is fueled by an expanded menu. Adding gas to a drive-up chain might not be a big jump for him. He already owns gas stations, stores, and apartments in Philadelphia and Montgomery County. So he's one of these guys that runs all kinds of stuff.
He's got his fingers in many pies.
He began negotiating to buy Swiss Farms franchisees in 2022, 2 years after Florida-based farm stores bought the company from Radnor-based MVP Capital and other investors. Earlier owners tried and failed to grow Swiss Farms beyond Delaware County. When he realized the Delco area franchises were the only stores still open, he bought one after another. And starting in 2024, he started doing it. And then he bought the parent company. He was financed by regional banks that also backed his gas station deals. The purchase closed June 30th, and he plans to rely on execution by Swiss Farms veterans. Pola agreed to detail his plans for Swiss Farms. He sat down with the Inquirer for an interview. They asked a couple of questions, one of them being, what are the first few things you will add or take away? He said the stores need a facelift. He said, we won't take away the silos, but we're going to give them a fresh look. And he said, and the stores need more employees. And he cited In-N-Out, the burger chain. He said they doubled their payroll and sales went 3 or 4 times over. And he said, we always had employees in these black shirts, and now we've added 6 new colors, make it fun for the staff. And as far as how many new stores are planning, he said 25 in the next 5 years.
That is a huge undertaking, man. That's a big expansion.
He said, we'll find locations here in Delaware County, and we will enter Philadelphia, Montgomery County, and Bucks County. After that, we will grow organically, state by state, where it makes sense.
So, quick question. You said that the Swiss Farms started in 68. When did Wawa start?
I want to say it was around the same time.
64, maybe?
Not really sure. But he also goes on to say, I respect Wawa. Chris Geisens, the CEO, said it took 60 years for us to get into 6 states, and it'll take 6 years to get into the rest. So he's kind of, I guess, looking at them as an inspiration. Casey was right, 1964 in Folsom.
How about you know your Wawa?
I'm so proud of myself for that. I was like, yes.
So my question would be how you would do that. So if it's self-serve gas, obviously you can do that here in PA.
Mm-hmm.
You could set those up, and then how would the actual footprint of the store look different now?
I mean, the gas pumps would have to be separate from the store.
Or maybe they just give you bags of gas.
Yeah, they could give you bags of gas. No, I mean, but the convenience of going to a Swiss Farms, I wouldn't want to get behind a car that was getting gas.
Right.
When I would go to Swiss Farms, there's usually 2 bays, right? You always want to go to the bay where the driver's side goes up to the window. I don't know why it's so inconvenient to have to reach over the passenger side. But I also, if I were going to a Swiss Farms and there were more than 4 cars, and I'm like, I don't want to,
Yeah.
That's really only 4 people in line. That's not that big of a deal.
Right. By the way, Steve, you had mentioned, self-serve gas in Pennsylvania. I saw another article. I don't have it handy right now. I think it's in the junk drawer. But there was an article that came out about New Jersey. and how divided people are politically and socially and things like that. The one thing that almost every single New Jersey resident agrees wholeheartedly in is not having to pump their own gas.
Really?
It is cases almost across the board. It's not 100% pro of having
someone pump their gas.
Pump the gas
and
for them.
I am anti that. Like, I hate having to wait. And listen, it's not that big of a deal, but even if I have to wait 30 seconds for somebody to come up to my car, or when the gas is done being pumped, having to wait another 30 seconds or a minute for somebody to have to come up and take the pump out. Like, to me, that's a hassle. I would much rather, and I don't care if it's raining and snowing or cold out or whatever. Like, I would much rather just get out, pump my gas, be done with it, and be on my way.
One of my all-time favorite conversations we had was from Jersey listeners who have never pumped their gas and how they go out of their way to continue to have never pumped gas in their
they'll be in
entire life.
Pennsylvania and drive back over to New Jersey to fill up and then back into PA. Ryan?
I grew up in New Jersey, and it's that little convenience of it. It's a nice thing. I also enjoy like having friends who have never done it, bringing them across the bridge, like, you got this, don't worry. And just watching the
So you're saying
I'll hold your hand.
The convenience of having someone do it for you?
Yeah, it's nice. It's just that nice little silver lining. It's just a smidge of a nice thing.
I wonder if just that having to wait makes New Jerseyans more patient than Pennsylvanians, because honestly, it is only like 30 seconds or a minute,
At the Keenan's, we had the broadcast.
Yep.
I'm leaving. I go into the Wawa, and a guy comes over and I'm like, oh yeah. I just left.
Forget.
Yeah.
I just left. I don't need it. I'm fine.
By the way, if you're a Wawa Rewards members, they have these little deals, and I use them all the time. Like if you get like a little handcrafted, beverage, you can save 25 cents a gallon on gas.
Whoa.
So they have these like little deals. Like if if you're a Monster drinker, sometimes the deal will be buy 2 Monsters, get 1 free, and then you can save 25 cents a gallon on gas, which is a decent amount of money, man. If you're
it is.
filling a
Or
tank
just
of
pour
gas.
the Monster drink into the tank.
You can do that. You can try.
By the way, I know that New Jersey is the only state now that has that it's mandatory that you have someone else pump your gas for you. Are there any gas stations in any of the other states that have an option where someone could come out and pump your gas for you?
So
I wonder if that even exists anywhere.
In Texas, there was, like in more rural areas.
Recently?
This is maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah. There's a gas station near me that is a full service gas station. Every pump is. And I didn't realize that until I got out and I started. And the guy's like, whoa, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm pumping my own gas. He's like, no, we do that here. I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
And I know that my mom preferred that. She would go to gas stations that had full service pumps.
Yeah. No, especially for like people who are in the car or whatever, seniors or whatever.
Actually, I just remembered there is a gas station on Montgomery Avenue that offers to pump your gas for you.
Okay.
Is it the one where gas is $6 a gallon?
It's that one.
Right down the street from Ryan
Yeah,
Christopher's.
it's right down the street from my restaurant. I just drive by because I don't know why their prices are so ridiculous. I think it's because they have somebody attend you.
Full service.
Predominantly, you're probably going to find people who are, or maybe senior citizens, or maybe they have some sort of a physical thing or whatever. And you need that as well.
But there used to be signs when you would pull up to the gas station.
Yeah.
Full serve, self-serve.
Right.
Yeah.
So AI is saying New Jersey is the only state, but there are a couple towns around the country, like in Massachusetts and New York, who retain the historical local ordinances.
Okay.
So,
All right. Interesting. All right. Back into the city beat. Sorry to sidetrack us there. But I thought this one was good news to pass along. Philadelphia's homeless population is getting smaller. This is the city's latest point-in-time count that reveals this. So volunteers tallied 5,163 people living in shelters or the streets during the annual winter survey in February. That's roughly a 6% decline from 2025. When the count was 5,516. The change in the number of unsheltered people, meaning those living or sleeping outside, was more pronounced. That count shifted from about 1,178 last year to 711 this year. So that's good to hear.
I wonder how that's going to impact.
It's a 40% drop.
Yeah, like Phil Abundance, and if people are getting more able
assistance
to get up on their feet and
it's the first dip in unsheltered homelessness in 2 years, according to city officials. They did note an uptick, however, in sheltered homelessness. So this category represents people living in transitional housing, emergency shelters, or safe haven sites. It increased slightly over 2% per the point-in-time count. Volunteers noted 4,452 people in temporary housing in February compared with 4,338 last year.
Where they used to be over by where CBS is in the city, there you'd see the homeless camps. On the median as you're circling around to get onto the to the parkway there.
Yeah, and those still exist. I took the train. I took
They're
New
still
Jersey
there?
Transit from 30th Street Station to Atlantic City over the weekend, and you're going past little riverside areas.
Right,
and there's
right.
a lot of people
You
down
still
there.
see them? All right.
I wonder if this was a little bit of effort for the 250th. The city was very concerned about, the image of people, the image that is conveying to people. So maybe they invested in some shelters and helped some people out.
Don't know about that.
That's good if they did.
Wonder.
Didn't indicate that. So the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development mandates annual surveys of homeless population or unhoused population in any city that receives federal homeless assistance grants, and they are typically held in late January. All right, we're going back to Delco. Can we hear the Delco jingle? We haven't had that.
We need it.
So, in March of last year, Pika's announced that they would be closing after 70 years as a constant presence on Westchester Pike. Last Thursday at 7 a.m., a message popped up on Instagram stating that Pika's would reestablish its Delco presence that morning at 11 a.m. with Pika's Italian Market in Broomall.
Yeah.
And this is Angela Pica Onandazan, the granddaughter of the late Pica's founder, Frank Pica Sr., said the welcome was more than warm, as always, with our Delco community. She is running Pica's in Broomall with her brother, Frank III, and she said it was zealous. I put the post out at 7 a.m., and they were lining up. The phone was going off by 10:30, and it was really nice welcome. The new Pica's is in an industrial park next to the headquarters of Marple Township Police.
Yep.
There's no bar at this one. There are no servers. You order from a counter, you take it to go, or you eat set on the black and white checkered floor there.
Okay. Mainly a takeout place.
Is that your favorite?
And that's what I had heard. No, I mean, listen, it is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
If I had to say my favorite Delco pizza joint, I mean, listen, Gaetano's is gone.
Yeah.
There used to be two of them, and now they're gone. I would say Imperial Pizza.
Oh, really?
I love Imperial Pizza. Yeah, I like a nice sausage pizza, well done. Pizza, well done. Also, the price point at Imperial is you can't beat it. You can really can't beat it. But Pica's is up there as well.
May I ask what you mean by well done?
You just cook it a little bit longer, so the crust is a little bit crispier,
Crunchier.
a little bit darker. I like it that a lot.
You like a darker pizza.
Pica's in Broomall isn't quite fully operational as of the time of this article. Due to a utility problem, they aren't able to keep all of their ovens lit at once or operate all at once, or certain essential appliances like a large boiler they need to cook their homemade pasta. So for now, no pastas and no dinner entrees like their chicken parm platter. Fortunately, they do have their famous pizza, which Jimmy Fallon surprised Tina Fey with on his late night show in 2014, much to her delight. She grew up eating this stuff in Upper Darby, of course. And they continue to operate Pica's Westchester, which is a full-service restaurant the family established in 2017 outside of the Delco boundaries and 16 miles from Upper Darby. As for what will happen with the Pica's building in Upper Darby, a sprawling restaurant complete with a large-capacity banquet facility, that remains to be seen. The original sale fell through, and the family is now entertaining a few pending offers.
Now, the thing about Pica's is, I have never had another pizza like it. I mean,
What distinguishes it?
I mean, it's square. It is. It's a thin crust square pizza. I feel like they use provolone cheese, maybe a mixture of provolone and mozzarella cheese. The sauce is unique. But
the cheese is under the sauce?
Cheese is under the sauce. Yeah. And I also get that well done. I get pepperoni well done. And they use the big pieces of I love the big old pepperonis. Not the regular size or
Guatemalan nipple size.
Guatemalan. But you know what? I got to get there. I didn't realize that it was that was opening this soon.
Yeah, they just opened up.
I made sure I got there before the Upper Darby location closed. I made sure I popped over there, and I do like it because they also sell half pies as well. So if you just want to slam an entire pizza by yourself, you can just get a half pie.
Nice. Yeah. So that's open.
Yeah,
You wanna check that
good
out?
news for the Peacock fans.
All right, here's something that's coming up in October. It's called the Magician's Table. It's an immersive magic show featuring close-up illusions, comedy, live music, and handcrafted cocktails, and will make its Philadelphia premiere at the Kimmel Center for the Performing Arts October 21st through November 22nd. Audience members sit just steps from the action as the magicians perform sleight of hand, illusions, and interactive tricks throughout the 2-hour production. Live music and storytelling are woven into the experience, creating an evening that blends theater with close-up magic as well.
I think this sounds cool.
Yeah. I went to, a couple of years ago, Carter and I went to Chicago for, just a long weekend, and I found a magician club that they have there. And it's the type of thing where they as you're standing in line, you walk inside and you're inside a laundromat.
Yeah.
But it's not really a laundry. It looks like there's laundry running and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
But then they open up, they move one of the giant dryers, and it's actually a door into, it's like a speakeasy type thing.
I love that.
And we had a great time. It was excellent. Great magicians, good food, cocktails, all that stuff. So
Was there one show going on or separate little shows at the tables?
One main show. First, they had, while you were waiting and getting your drinks and some food ordered, they had people that were walking around doing personal close-up stuff at your tables.
That's very cool.
And then I signed up for a VIP thing, which was afterwards we went into this small theater and there was a group of like 10 people and a magician came in and did a special show.
Nice.
For us. So the experience begins in a cocktail lounge. The magicians perform spontaneous illusions before guests enter the Kimmel Center's SEI Innovation Studio. And inside, tableside magic and theatrical performances blur the line between audience and stage. The story centers on a gathering. So there's a whole running story in this whole thing.
Okay.
It centers on a gathering honoring the life of a fictional magician named Dieter Rotenberg. As the evening unfolds, letters he left behind reveal one final mystery, combining close-up magic with comedy and immersive storytelling.
This sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Most performances are designed for guests 18 and older, though select 1 p.m. Saturday matinees are open to audiences 14 and older. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, actually. Next Friday at 10 a.m.
Yeah, at a certain age, if you're a little kid, you're amazed by the I stole your nose trick.
Right.
That's impressive.
They mentioned immersive storytelling. There was a group that reached out to me a couple of years ago, and they do this type of thing where, only 10 or 12 people come in and you have dinner, and there's like a seance and it's theatrical. It's not, they're actually not doing it, but they put on a show for you, and it's not a dinner show. You're interactive. You're a part of it. And I tried scheduling get together. They only did it every once in a while, and I just couldn't get my friends and us together to timing to make it work. So if you're still out there, and I forgot the name of it, reach out to me because I'd still like to do that. Stuff like that.
I think that's cool. I wish they would do that with autopsies.
With autopsies, really?
Wouldn't that be great?
And so it's fake.
Yeah.
So the actual organs are food.
Yeah.
And you eat those as they pull them out.
Ooh, it's hummus.
Of the body. He's in the brain. They're pulling out hummus. But no, I love experiences like that.
Yeah.
They're beyond the normal thing. And I want to do more stuff like that. The hardest part about it is finding the time and scheduling it all. So anyhow, that's the Magician's Table. So that's something that's coming to Philadelphia. We got time? Yeah, we have time. Charlene Tilton is until 9:10, right? Okay. So a new study by the nonprofit Insurance Institute for Highway Safety reveals that Waymo's fully autonomous vehicles are significantly less likely to be involved in traffic collisions than human drivers. And this is important because they're going to be operating here in Philadelphia.
That's right.
The paper indicates that the self-driving vehicles of Alphabet Incorporated's robotaxi service, which is testing the service in the city, are not only safer, but much safer than humans. The results provide further evidence, they said, that Waymo's current L4 vehicles have lower crash involvement rates than human drivers. Now, I'm going to add a little caveat to this at the end of the stats that I give you. Philadelphia was not part of the study, but Waymo has been testing vehicles in the city without yet offering riderless service, or driverless service, it should say. The authors found that the highly automated level 4 vehicles operating without a human driver had a police reportable crash rate of 68% lower than human drivers in comparable areas. The research also looked specifically at crashes resulting in injuries. Autonomous vehicles performed even better, boasting an 81% lower injury crash rate compared against the human benchmark. Data indicates that Waymo vehicles were rarely instigators in collisions. And to draw their conclusions, the authors analyzed 736 autonomous vehicle crash reports. They found the autonomous vehicle's rate of rear-ending another vehicle was 91% lower than human drivers, and the rate of being rear-ended was 40% lower. And furthermore, they were involved in 85% fewer single vehicle crashes per miles traveled. Now, despite the promising safety record, the researchers acknowledged several limitations. First, Waymo did not operate its driverless vehicles on interstates or freeways during the study period.
That'd be a problem.
Environments that account for 22% of human drivers, police reported crashes. And second, because autonomous vehicles often drive empty, fewer humans were exposed to injury risk during collisions, which can artificially lower the overall injury rate.
So that's your caveat.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, it's been pointed out many times, is that, well, what if these things get into accidents? Well, as you just said, humans get into accidents all the time as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we hope for a more capable, comprehensive ability to keep the passenger safe, but, there's so many variables out on the road.
Yeah, yep. So Waymo is slowly being introduced. It started happening last summer around here, but
Would you have an issue with taking a Waymo?
I'd love to try it.
Yeah.
Just to see what the experience is like.
I walked around the vehicles. They're all, they all hive in Dr. Mike's building.
They do.
In the parking garage.
Yeah.
The last time we talked about Waymo, there was one literally driving around our parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We were talking about throwing it off by surrounding it with a line of salt or sand. Yeah.
Did it have a driver in it or a passenger?
You know what? I don't know.
I heard it did.
Okay.
I think Chuck told me that there was somebody in it because that's what they're doing right now until, I guess they get used to the map of the city, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I drove past one the other day, or walked past one, and it had a driver in it. So I guess, they have to learn the streets and such.
What does this, so I didn't get a chance to look actually at the dash for a Waymo. I assume it has human grabbable controls if you need them, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You would assume.
It's a good question.
Johnny
yeah.
Cab did.
So in December, they began autonomous testing in the city, but still with a specialist behind the wheel with permission from PennDOT. So they're hanging in there in case, there's a snafu or something, messes up. Waymo is still currently testing. The next step would be to fully operate autonomously with employee passengers. If the feedback is positive, Waymo would be ready to begin taking on public riders, but the company declined to discuss timing and still needs regulatory approval to carry passengers in Pennsylvania.
On a similar note, how good has, Marissa, you'd probably know this better, the integration of the food delivery carts, the robotic carts? Are you seeing them all over the place?
I mean, I don't need more things on the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
no, but he
my
was
thing.
asking,
And also,
have you seen more? Do you know if it's getting better?
No, yeah, I see them all over the place. I've seen them literally fight with each other and have like a standoff because we were having dinner outside and there wasn't enough room for them to get by because there
So
was
they
a
just
table
locked?
on one side. They literally just had a standoff until one of them finally backed away, but it had to keep backing. It had to go almost 2 storefronts down, and then there's 10 people waiting to cross it. So once it moved, this line of people jets through. People are a little annoyed by them.
Yeah, right.
Overall.
By the way, Marissa pulled up a video, Steve, of somebody inside and in the passenger side of the vehicle. And yes, the steering wheel turns. It's a full. It looks like it has a full controls there. Should there be some kind of an emergency, I guess
It'd be pretty wild.
Yeah. Should we wrap up? You think, Case?
Yes, we do.
Okay,
need to wrap up.
we do wrap up. All right. That's it for City Beat this morning. We are going to break and come back, but before we do that, Rita's Water Ice is here. And in the City Beat, I should have put this, that they have a new flavor. Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Caller number 25 will give you a $50 gift card. 610-660-9333. The new Shirley Temple Ice. Served up in a special Shirley Temple cup. And you can post a pic of you with your Shirley Temple cup having a Shirley with a Shirley good time to your social media, and you could win free Ritas for a year if you do that. So let's get you that gift card. Caller 25. We'll take a break, come back in a second. Charlie's Tilton and more. Don't love doing is getting up when we get up and doing that whole thing because it messes up the rest of your day. But I'm lucky that I can say, yeah, my job's, this is not something I dread, and I'm not going crazy from the amount of time I spend on it. The prep work is a little arduous, but I still love doing this job. So, and I'm not bragging.
No,
I'm just saying we're good at what we do.
Oh, well,
and so
here's,
therefore it makes it,
this
that
advice
much easier.
Is part of the other great advice I've gotten. Listen, and I tell this to other people. If you do something you love, you're going to invest more time into it, even in the beginning stages. If you do that, and I think by sheer force, you will get good at something, and then hopefully the monetary compensation will come down the way. But I mean, that's all a chain of events. And that's the ultimate desire, is that you do something you love and you are paid well for it.
You know what I do love is mindless labor. And when I was getting ready for the bike ride for the Tour de Shore, I had all these team jerseys that were sent to me, and I needed to make sure that they were getting to the right people. So I was just like basically sorting and stuffing, and I had to do it for a couple of hours. And I loved it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You
like,
want to work in retail now?
No, because I don't want to deal with people, right?
Yeah.
Like
you don't have to.
I
work in the back room.
Yeah. I could do that. I could do that. But
work at an Amazon fulfillment plant.
I just threw headphones in. I stood here for like 2 hours, and I just stuffed names and cooling towels into these bags and.
I do like the organizing factor of things like that. I'm actually volunteering at a nonprofit today, and we're putting together packages. So to me, that's
perfect for you.
I'm gonna make sure each package has 2 of this and 1 of that.
I love sometimes
if you get to put a little bow on it or something like that.
I can tie the bows.
The studio that I have in my room in my house in one of the rooms. I love. Oh, today I'm gonna rearrange the wires so that everything sits properly. Like that sort of. Yes, that's sort of where I can just check out and do that. I do love that kind of work as well.
You know what I was going to tell you guys back to? You mentioned the bad part of our job is getting up so early. That 2-week vacation. I know you're going to make fun of me, but I'm not kidding you. I'm dead serious. During that 2-week vacation, at the end of it, I swear to God, I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I was like, I look a little bit younger.
Oh my God, I'm beautiful.
Look at me.
Have I always glowed like this?
Listen, my
nipples are like erasers.
I did. I had color in my face.
Yeah.
I felt like my wrinkles weren't as bad. The bags under my eyes were gone.
So beautiful.
Did the gentleman stitch naturally appear?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I've gotten tighter.
It's gotten tighter and more moist.
Oh, wow.
By the way, I know someone who got that.
Oh, really?
I thought that was just an urban legend.
Oh, no, and it's a major, it's not a little, we're going to put a little stitch in. No, it's like a major.
I always thought that was an apocryphal.
It's basically like having a baby.
Wow, Kath, what is their first and last name?
I want to hear more about that. But I got all these callers on the line.
No, it's okay.
But I want to hear more about that. Jennifer's on. Hi, Jennifer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Jennifer, you have an easy job?
Oh, I think it is right now.
Okay, share.
Are you doing it right
Yeah,
now?
I know. Seriously.
Yeah, she's a blacksmith.
No, I'm actually shopping at the moment.
Oh, okay. All right, you can stop.
My day off.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I work at a casino as a sportsbook writer.
You work
I
as
write,
I can't.
as a sports book what?
writer. I write tickets for sports bets.
Okay.
She writes tickets for sports books.
Or the Eagles.
Yeah.
But we're real slow at this time of the year.
Okay.
So I spend half of my day just staring at TV, watching sports.
Well, okay. Well, that's not bad. But what about the other half of the year when everything is kicked in? Is it very difficult?
It gets crazy when people are trying that, like.
All right,
That's the
sorry.
hard part.
We're sorry to interrupt your shopping, Jennifer.
Yeah.
We'll let you get back to
Sounds
that.
like
but
she's
thank you for the
fighting a
call.
robot.
We appreciate it. All right, let me go next to Brandon. Hey, Brandon, good morning.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, here we go. All right, you have an easy job, it says.
I'm a trash man.
Trash man.
How is that an easy job? That looks like hard labor to me, man.
You drive the truck.
A monkey can do my job.
There is, I know, and I've known a few trash men in my life.
That love their job?
That love the job.
I agree.
That love the
I have
job.
as well.
Yeah.
I will say, anytime I see the guys going by my house, they're either like laughing or singing.
Right.
You've got a group that you work with. Listen, you know that it's got its dirty elements, but the trucks will do a lot of the work. But also, you're getting a bit of a workout yourself.
Yeah, how old are you, Brandon?
The only thing I can complain about is the weather.
Okay.
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay.
30. Man, I see those
Why
guys
not?
lifting some really heavy trash cans. I'm like, no way, dude.
Brandon, do you need to work out outside your job? Your job is a workout, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
But I also am able to work outside my job because I'll probably be done within the next hour.
Oh, there you go, man.
All right, you get done early. What time you get up in the morning?
We start work at 7. I get up at 6.
All right.
Okay. That's not too bad at all, man.
All right, so Brandon considers it an easy job.
Yeah.
I would consider that a difficult manual labor gig, but he thinks it's one of the easiest jobs.
I wonder how they pick the case. To your point, do they go on rotation on who drives the truck? Because the dude who's driving the truck always has kind of the
That's the dude.
easier
That's
gig.
That's a good
his gig,
question.
yeah.
Let me go to Kenny. Hey, Kenny.
It takes me all this time to realize, but I love you.
I love you. I love you.
All right, Kenny, what's your easy job?
Well, I'm not there anymore. Unfortunately, I had to move on. But I was a guard at the old Byberry buildings. After
the asylum
were abandoned. We were all over the place, and it couldn't have been any more of an easy job. We chilled in the trailer for about 7.5 hours out of the 8-hour shift. The boss said basically just take a drive around every once in a while. Here's a TV. You can hook up your video games, and we did.
my God.
I mean, it was an amazing job.
But but that's for me. That would not be an easy job. That would be so boring that I would.
Because you're looking for busy work to kill time.
Yeah.
I mean, you could honestly get another job while doing that job.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you could find a job that you could, like, work, online job, you could work from home.
Kenny, quick question. Did you ever see anything of the paranormal?
How much time you got?
Wow. Are those buildings completely gone now?
There's some that still exist. There's a self-help, like a halfway house, and there's a bank or something that uses.
Okay.
Do the tunnels still exist?
Flat.
Do the tunnels still exist?
No, they had to take them up too when they knocked it all down and everything.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
wanted
Kenny.
to go there.
What asylum was it?
It was Byberry.
Byberry.
Where was
It
that?
Northeast Philly.
Okay.
And they used to do like the haunted houses and stuff like that early in the day, and then I don't know if it was not safe
like
or
the-
whatever, but they completely shut it down.
It's very similar to the one, and I'm having a brain, Penhurst.
Penhurst, yeah.
All right. Hang on. Let me go to Sam. We're talking about people who have the easiest job. Hi, Sam. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Good. What's up? What's up, buddy?
I mean, I really don't have an easy job, but I kind of find it easy because I like it a lot.
Okay.
I work at a auto detail shop in Westchester, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
See, I think that would be a good, like,
that would be cleaning something all day
cleaning,
long.
getting something looking sharp, and it's sort of an expression for you, correct, Sam? I mean, you're right.
Yeah, I take pride in my work, but like some days I'll be delivering cars a lot. I'll go to like the Maserati dealership, drop off a Maserati, whatever. Like I get to drive some pretty cool cars, which also adds to.
Oh, that's cool.
No, that is cool. I dig that.
All right, so this isn't your shop that you own. You work there?
No, yeah. I just work there. I'm also currently in college, so it's like kind of like a part-time kind of thing.
I think that's great. Yeah,
because I've talked to
Thanks, Sam.
Chuck down the hall, and he's like, when I retire, he's like, he would love to open his own auto detailing, not shop, but like he would come to your house And like you're like, dude, I could do like 1 car a day, and like that would be it. You know what I mean? Because you make a decent amount of money.
There was a service that we had come, and then they asked. They were a client here at the station for a while.
Yep.
And they did a pretty decent job. I think.
You can make a couple $100.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
And knocking out one a day or every other day if you just wanted to keep yourself busy.
Yeah, my wife has had this guy come to our house. I just
How you doing, baby?
I know, and he just sets up shop in the driveway and
to clean your car.
Yeah, not to clean
Not to
her
clean your
clock. But yeah, I mean, he
buff your ass.
probably does like 1 car a day. A couple of $100 a pop. Like yeah, it's a decent living. Yeah.
Okay. I'll go to Joe next. Hey, Joe. Good morning.
Hey, bitches.
Hey, what? What's up, Joe?
Hey, so I take care of dogs for a living.
Are you like a dog walker?
Yeah,
Dog sitter?
At your house, or you can come bring them to my house,
Yeah.
and it's awesome.
And you consider it to be an easy job?
Yeah. Well, I mean, all you're doing is taking the dogs for a walk here and there and just playing with them, and then the kids help out. So.
By the way, there's no reason to be embarrassed if you have an easy job.
No.
I think you win.
You're lucky.
I think it's a great job.
Yeah.
And so you're obviously an animal person to begin with, and so how would you make your own hours?
Well, yeah, basically, but I mean, technically, I work 24/7. I mean, I'm always.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
All right.
Like right now, I'm in Ocean City, and the beach is paying for itself basically right now.
Oh, that's cool. Having puppies wouldn't be too bad.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Hang on. I want to go to Mark, who's been a trash man for 28 years. He's got a different take on it. Hi, Mark. Good morning.
Hey, guys, let me tell you something. I'm going to debunk that guy's theory right off the bat. I guarantee he doesn't work for a major trash corporation, because front-end guys, which I've been doing for 20 years now, go in at about 2:30 to 3. I'm fortunate enough that I can come in at 5, and that's considered banker's hours in the trash industry. He's going in at 7 o'clock in the morning and only working till 11. He probably works for a county that's picking up parks and recreations. I did residential for 7 years. It is one of the toughest jobs there is. I'm in front end now. I'm in an air-conditioned, high-tech truck. I work for one of the most major trash corporations in the world. Our trucks are high-tech. They're nice. They're comfortable. They're ergonomic for the driver. I have AC. I get out about 20 times to open gate, pull a couple cans out. Mine is probably the easiest in the industry, but maybe takes the most driving skill. I back up over 130 times a day. Let me tell you something. I stink when I go home, and my wife won't let me near her until I take a shower. She won't let me near her anyway. I've been married 30 years. That's a different story. Bottom line is, one of the worst jobs as far as fatalities, and one of the most difficult jobs physically, and believe it or not, mentally, because you are not done until you pick up that last can. The good news is you can eat all you want out of the hopper. If that's
Oh, my God.
I love this guy.
Wow, man.
Mark.
Well, you paid your
he
dues.
hung up on us. He hung up. I wanted to get more from Mark.
Oh, he's the best.
Wow. Okay.
There is something, though, bizarrely, at least from our angle, Casey, like fraternal and romantic about that. You're out. We're
going to have Charlene Tilton on in just a moment. Although it says Mary Steenburgen on mine.
I
think that's
also Derek Pitts.
And by the way, yes, I know I said Charlize accidentally when I was on the way out, when I was teasing that she was coming up. Sometimes I'll make a mistake just before I hit the commercials, and I'm like, nah, screw it.
At this point,
we're stopping and talking about.
Do you know what it is right now? It's no sad, bro.
It is close to a sad, bro. I know. She's on and ready. Steve, this is your show, man.
Absolutely.
Collector's Call.
Collector's Call. Lisa Welch will watch it every Sunday evening.
Yep. And it's on MeTV. And from time to time, they bring special guests on.
Yeah.
And our next guest is one of those special guests. And especially because of her connection to the show Dallas, which she played the character Lucy on. And it ties into a super fan of the show Dallas on Collector's Call. So, we can't start this without the theme song, for crying out loud. Please welcome to our program this morning, Charlene Tilton.
Yeah.
Good morning, Charlene.
Good morning. How is everybody?
Wonderful. When you hear that music, when you hear the swelling of the horns, the French horns coming up, does that bring back memories of your days on the sets of Dallas?
It does. It still is one of the most iconic theme songs. And
yeah,
I remember early on, before the show aired, David Jacobs, the creator of Dallas and Knots Landing, had a party at his house. And Gerald Himmel had gotten the theme song. And so we had this party at David Jacobs' house, and the theme song played on a loop the entire
I
and
love
I'm
it.
like, oh, and I'll tell you something funny. So just last week, my 5-year-old grandson, out of nowhere, nothing. He doesn't know Dallas from Adam. He just started going da 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 da, and I go, wait. How do you know that song? He goes, well, the man on the Christmas tree plays that song. And I went, the man on the Christmas tree? I have a J.R. Ewing ornament. Oh, my God. That plays the Dallas theme song. And my grandson loves pressing every button on the planet.
Oh,
so
my
he presses a button.
That's so perfect. Well, and we were just talking before we came on with you, Charlene, and you talk about you are in a time where, you only had a couple of networks. I mean, and there was a joy to the collective sort of global, because the show was airing globally as well. And domestically, like your wedding episode, I think got 66 million. The JR, Who Shot JR episode domestically got close to 90 million viewers. We will not ever see that kind of collective audience again.
Yes, and when you go worldwide, it was like triple those numbers.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
So with that and with that impact and with Collectors Call and the people, you guys have, and I was happy to hear this, that you guys with Patrick Duffy and others, some of the other, obviously surviving cast members, you get together for things and you actually do something at South Fork itself, don't you?
We do. We've done it. This will be our third year. It's called the South Fork Experience, and we're doing it again because it is such a wonderful, exciting time. It's 3 days at the iconic South Fork Ranch where we filmed, and fans, and they come from all over the world. Steve Canale, I think, counted 48 countries.
Jeez.
Wow. And they come from all over the world, and you can buy tickets. You can either go through all 3 days. The first night is a cocktail reception, then Saturday is all Q&As and autographs and getting to know, and then Saturday is a big concert and a great barbecue dinner. Gotta have a Ewing barbecue.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then Sunday is breakfast, and believe it or not, during those 3 days, you actually get to know and really mingle with the people. And I've kept in touch with some of them and some of the fans that have come in. And people, this is our third one. People are coming back for the third time.
Yeah, well, again, you talk about pop culture phenomenons. Dallas was, is I don't think people can comprehend it who are not of that time. But Casey, you said it was appointment viewing in your house as
and
it
I was a young kid,
and you were
too.
a young kid.
I was, like first, second, third grade in and around that time, and we watched that. I mean, I have vivid memories of watching that.
So how far flung, Charlene, when you go like around the world or wherever you've been, what's the most absurd place someone has come from who turns out to be a hardcore Dallas fan?
Oh gosh, years and years ago, I think it was like in 1984, I took a trip to Israel on my own.
Yeah.
Okay. With my ex-husband, we went to Israel with a church. I just wanted to go to the Holy Land and see all the, and do the pilgrimage and all that. Well, I'm just in khaki pants, a hair up under a hat, and sunglasses. And Dallas at the time was the global phenomenon that it was. So we're going, and there's this area where, and I know it's all different now, but there were people they had like TV antennas set up by their tents, and there's Bedouin women, and they're walking their camels, and we're out there, and someone goes, Lucy, and all the people with their camels started rushing, and the people on the trip with us, they were not too happy, because then word got out that I was there, and it sort of disrupted what was supposed to be a church pilgrimage. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. They're kind of in this holy place, and Lucy Ewing has shown up, so that's gonna throw off everything. But yeah, again, you can speak to a type of celebrity, of fandom, that is unlike, I think, even your biggest, social media star. There's so many options now. There was such a focus at that time, and I wanted to ask you. You joined the show like from the get-go, and you were just 17 at that point.
Yes, I was part of the original cast. Yes, and yeah. I mean,
and I was reading about you, and you were like your mother had mental issues, and you were kind of on your own. You were in foster care for a while, but you seemed like you were like a street kid, and you had like moxie. Like you willed yourself into the role. Explain how you were kind of breaking into the studios to get an audition for Dallas.
Well, yes, God bless her. My mom suffered her whole life. She was severely mentally ill with paranoia, schizophrenia, and bipolar, and she was very mentally ill, and she was institutionalized off and on. But so when Dallas came about, I was working at Super Shirts, a T-shirt on Hollywood Boulevard. I had gotten my own apartment on Hollywood Boulevard, and I would read the Drama Log magazine, and they would have casting notices, and I read the casting notice. And Barbara Miller was the casting director for Dallas, and I read the list of characters. Barbara Miller had put me in Code Red, 8 is Enough, and the shows, but she didn't feel I was right for Dallas. She thought I was too young and too inexperienced. So I snuck in every day, went to her office and begged her, please let me audition. So one day she said, come back. The next day, come at 5 o'clock. I said, can I have the script or some sides? She said, just no, show up. They'll give you sides then. So the next day, I went to her office at 1 o'clock when I knew they would be at lunch, her and Irene Mariano, her assistant. I went into her office and snooped around, found a script, and took the script and went and worked with Jeff Corey, my acting coach, and then came back at 5 o'clock, my appointed time, and auditioned.
You stole a script so you know ahead of time how to audition. That's pretty wild.
That's a go-getter.
That's a go-getter.
For sure. Charlene, with your appearance on Collector's Call, which, by the way, is on Sunday, August 2nd at 6:30, you go to a superfan, a Dallas Superfans collection. What are a couple of things that you saw that surprised you that maybe you didn't even know that were promotional items or collectibles from Dallas?
Well, David Goodspeed had, I've met him and his wife, Jen, at different events where the Dallas cast is together. And they are lovely people. They're very intelligent, successful, and family people. So, they're just really nice people. And they had this collection. And so, anyway, we get to Collector's Call, and they've got a suit worn by JR on a mannequin. They've got a suit by Patrick Duffy. The whole top level of their beautiful home is a Dallas museum. And it is curated and with, everything is just lit beautifully and put in glass cases and everything. Well, one of the things he brought out for me was my high school yearbook. And I'm like, wait a second, where did you get this? I'm like, I don't even know if I still have my high school yearbook. I got to go home and look for that. So
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's got like a collection that is not to be beat, and I was just so honored and humbled to see that somebody took the time, the passion, and the joy it brings him and his wife and other people that he shares it with, and fans. And
that's what the whole show is
he's
about.
taken such-
Yeah, it's about that connection, and you got to tell me he had to have one or two of your Spencer's posters that would that were all over the place.
Yes, he had some of those too.
That's great.
Wow. Well, it'd be cool to see all this stuff. I'm very interested, and like I said, it's going to be Sunday, August 2nd, 6:30 on MeTV. It's Collector's Call, and you can check out old episodes as well. But we're looking forward to seeing yours, Charlene. That's so cool that people, after all these years, still have that deep love for that wonderful television program.
And let me tell you, it doesn't. I am just so appreciative. And grateful. I got to tell you, it's no words. Yeah.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Well, great talking to you, Charlene. Thanks for joining us. Charlene Tilton, guys, from Dallas, of
Have
course.
a blessed day, everybody.
You too. Take care. Casey, you had mentioned, being a kid. I was as well. I was probably in I think I was in like 6th grade when the Who Shot JR episode aired, because I remembered because we were at a skating rink when we found out who shot JR. It was Crystal, I believe.
Yeah, who is actually Bing Crosby's daughter.
But I was thinking about that. I think they had like Dallas lunchboxes.
Yeah.
For children.
Yeah.
The show was about die-hard, cutthroat business people
sleeping around, sleazy,
murder, and all that
and
stuff.
Larry Hagman's JR was just
he was ruthless.
Reprehensible. What I love, Preston, is that apparently to keep that a secret, the producers of Dallas, and I was reading her, she was talking about they would go around at various points because they knew there were snoops all around. And they would go, and like he grabbed, the producer of the show grabbed Charlene Tilton and said, here, come over. I need you to hold this gun, and I want you to say this line, and we got a backdrop, and they would put a camera in place. And so they would keep doing these things to throw off who was the shooter. So they would publicly do these things because they knew people were watching. So they did. For something where basically the global focus was on it, they did keep it a secret.
I mean, what they could have done was just literally shot it as every single person in the cast shoots him. So even the cast members don't know. Ultimately,
they didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know. But
By the way, it was Kristen. Somebody texted, not Crystal. I got that wrong.
Was Dallas the one where one season was all a dream?
Yes. Patrick
An
Duffy
entire
came out of the shower. And Patrick Duffy had not been on a season, and he came out of the shower, and Marissa, we're talking at that time, they were doing like 32 episodes, per season or whatever the crazy amount was. And all of that was just wiped away. It just never happened because it was a dream.
Season.
Yeah. I was trying to think of other, while I was thinking about that, promotional items and collectibles, I'm like, do they even do that nowadays? Yes, they do. I went to go to the Netflix house.
Yeah.
I completely forgot considering this. There are tons of great things that you can get from TV shows.
Look at the massive amount now of attention paid on the popcorn buckets for movies. This is the realm that I live in. I love the collectibles, obviously. I love those things that are just tactile representations, like you with the swords or whatever. It's like, this is from the movie. This is something that, I remember seeing this.
I see things, collectible things, and I'm like, wow, I'd like to have that. And then I stop and go, no, you don't.
No. Well, where would I put it?
Eventually, I have a clutter problem at my house as it is. But like the swords, I'm like, wow, this would be really cool. And I started collecting these swords. And after a while, I'm like, I'm doing nothing with these. I'm not fighting any dragons or,
Well, yeah, because all the dragons have been vanquished, but,
you killed them all. But when you read copy, they're very useful. Listen, my joy comes from people coming over to the house and if they're Batman fans or whatever, and they walk in and they're like, oh, wow, this is cool. I love sharing it with people. That's the exciting part.
I'm trying to think of essentially, if I go to a Fish concert, I will go buy merch. You
do
know,
do you have a special display area in your house for your fish stuff?
I have posters. You know, I have a collection of posters, and I used to not be a poster guy, and now I have my little room, and so I have my posters hanging up and stuff. But no, they always have cups, right? And so I'll get a cup. And that'll be my cup for the year until I go, and it's usually at Madison Square Garden. And then I'll go the next year, and I'll get another cup because I just like the way it's a good, solid cup.
Yeah.
But also my water bottles that I use at the gym.
Do you ever throw any of those things away?
I haven't. I haven't yet, but I also haven't. I haven't had a massive collection of them yet either. Right. So I only have 2 cups that I have, and 2 water bottles, and and magnets and stuff like that.
Kinds of things.
These kinds of things.
I used to keep essentially treasure chests, junk treasure chests, and whatever I'm drunk.
It's drunk. We know it's
It's the theme of the day.
So you didn't listen to your father.
No, but any concert I would go to, if it was Warped Tour, I have a condom that Trey Cool signed. Because that was the only item I had for him to sign. I put it through a fence.
You had a condom?
They were handing out Trojans because they were,
That's right.
and
safe
just
sex.
Yeah, and every little giveaway. I have wallflowers that WMMR gave away at a Tom Petty concert.
And you still have these?
All of it, Steve.
Oh, wow. Good for
all
you.
Of it.
So,
good for you.
What's the plan to eventually do with those? Something, right?
It's
I would
all
think.
in a storage unit.
Yeah.
And it's just sitting there.
Yeah. I have, from my career, I have lots of stuff. We were talking to Erin Riley yesterday.
Yeah.
Wrote a book about WMMR, and she had these great pants on that she had made with old T-shirts, old radio station T-shirts, and they look really cool. And so I'm hanging on to some things for something like that. Either displays like we have in the hallways of the tchotchkes that WMMR's had throughout the years, or I have all my laminates. I've saved those. Eventually, I'm going to do some type of a frame.
Get it done as soon as possible because
You're right.
You know why? Because also other people, I find if someone comes over and these things that I've been collecting and I walk right past without even thinking about it, someone comes in and they're like, oh my God, this is from there. You can share it and display it, and that's where you're going to get the joy.
And not only because after you die, nobody's going to want those things.
No.
So they're just going to, I was just reading an article about how most people don't want clutter in hand-me-downs from things being willed to them.
Yes.
And it's true. So you're right about do it now. Put that stuff up. Do it now.
Do it now. Get your laminates now.
Kill me, I'm here.
These pants I'm wearing are from the different radio stations.
Is to put those together in a display. Do it now because down the road, those things are just going to go away and they're going to have no purpose.
Yeah.
And you may as well get something out of them.
I just don't want to regret not hanging on to something. I always now I just want a crocheted breast. You know what I mean? I just want a giant crocheted breast with soft pink nipples.
You got it.
You know what I mean?
You got it.
Oh my God!
You go.
Yeah. See, I have one for you.
This for me.
I did it for you.
Wow! Wow! Thank you for that.
Can you suck on it?
Yeah, suck on it.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
I did make a couple years ago. My dad had a whole bunch of what would be essentially be clutter left from his dad, and it was JJ Magnotta Plumbing. And so I took all of the elements. There was a matchbook and a business card and a
you
few
threw
other
it
things.
out.
No, I made little shadow boxes
that's
for
great.
everybody in our family. So everybody has a little nicely displayed shadow box.
That's allowing it to live on.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
So that's what I did with my dad's old T-shirts and sweatshirts, and unfortunately, I got to them a little bit later than I wished, but I did get to, because my mom had, given a bunch to Purple Heart and Goodwill, but I was able to intercept her before she got rid of all of them, and I took every single one of them, and for Christmas, I had all of them made into blankets, and I gave them to all my family
That's wonderful.
members,
Wonderful.
my brothers and sister, yeah.
I think I'm going to do that with
Yeah.
my Batman statues. I'll have them made into blankets.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Ooh, cuddle up with that. It weighs 1,200 pounds.
Kate just took out my... Yeah, a lot of people don't realize how heavy
They're
this
heavy.
thing. I have a Batman Batmobile on my desk right now that's got to be 85 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, yes, if you, I need to take your advice, and I need to go ahead and do that stuff. It's just... It's laborious trying to put it together, but
I mean, there are people who do it and have a good eye for it. Maybe it's
very expensive too, unfortunately.
Well,
but.
don't pay them when it's done.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Just don't send them a check.
And just sit and collect
Who is
dust.
this?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Who are you?
You can pay me to do it. I'll do it for you.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like doing that stuff.
All right. Well, Anyhow, it was nice talking to her about that, about the stuff.
It was nice talking to you.
So nice talking to you.
It's nice talking to you.
By the way, just on a side note, you go out to Dallas. That South Fork Ranch it's basically their Vatican.
Oh, really? Okay.
Still,
yeah, it holds a certain aura to it. Yeah.
Wow. Would you ever want to go see it?
We did. We went over.
did?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's exactly what you saw. For people who've never saw Dallas, they don't know what it means. But it was, and they shot it there.
Is it so? Have you been to Graceland?
Yes.
Okay. Is it like that in that it's not as big as you thought it would be, not as opulent?
South Fork is as big as you think it would be.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Graceland is like, Preston, you could drive through Bryn Mawr.
Just a neighborhood.
But
see something.
It just has, of course.
Yeah. The legend behind it. For its time, it was considered, a big deal.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
There's a show. Oh, man, and I've forgotten the name of it. And I think it's on... I don't know. It's on a streamer. It's with James Marsden. He plays the president.
Oh, Paradise.
Paradise.
Yes.
Where in the second season, you end up in Graceland for an extended amount of time.
Is that why?
There's
Right,
a character. There's a cataclysmic event that takes place. And this woman is a tour guide at Graceland. And it happens while she's there. And she's got to seek shelter in Graceland. And then... shocker, spoiler, most of people in the world die.
Yeah.
And she's stuck there
In
at Graceland and lives there. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So if you go inside, and you do, you can go and take the tour. It's like what you'd expect it to look. There's nothing outlandishly ornate about it.
Right.
It's in the jungle room, which like the basement and stuff like that. So, yeah.
She ends up in the jungle room for a long time.
Okay.
In this, which is kind of interesting. So that's a spot. It's one of those things on the list. I wouldn't mind just going to it.
Do you know what's cool seeing is the museum that is kind of basically across the street.
Yeah, that's where his cars and his jet, I think, is there.
All that stuff is there, depending on what they're rotating in and out, but you can see all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That'll be on the list. South Fork, I don't think I need to see it.
It's a sprawling cattle ranch. You know, I think I don't know technically what it was, but it looks like what you saw.
The land is massive. You can rent it out for a wedding.
Yeah.
Or they'll have like food truck festivals.
Okay, that's kind of interesting. All right. Well, anyhow, why don't we take a break, come back in a moment, but not before we give you some Ritas. I got a $50 gift card right now, and it is caller number 27 they'll take, 610-660-9333. You will be good to go. And don't forget, head out to Rita's for all your favorite frozen treats, delicious and refreshing Italian ice, creamy frozen yogurt. Don't forget to download the Rita's app. You can order ahead at select stores. First-time app users are going to get a free small treat, too. So call it 27, $50 gift card. Don't forget they have that new flavor, Shirley Temple, limited time. Stop by and get it now. We'll be back in a second. Got some bizarre files.
You know what I'm saying?
What is it? Is it working in trash?
Yeah.
As a sanitary?
I don't know. As a sanitary napkin.
God, but the smell.
I know.
The stuff those guys smell, and I know they're immune to it by now, but it's just disgusting.
Just the smell alone makes your job not easy.
I was walking down the street in Cape May a couple of weeks ago, and it was
singing "Do What Diddy."
I was not. I was holding my breath, Steve, because it smelled so bad. Because there was some rotten trash.
Really?
So behind one of the houses, but it permeated for like at least a half of a block. And then when I was walking back, I'm like, well, I'm going to walk on the other side of the street, and it was just as bad on the other side of the street.
It made it across the street.
Let's see who's been on hold for a long time because we got to wrap this up in just a second. Let me go to Kristen. Hi, Kristen. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning, guys.
Hey, what's up, Kristen?
So I don't have an easy job. I'm a dog groomer. I get mauled on a daily basis. But I love it to death. My husband, on the other hand, he works in the IT department in a library.
Yeah.
This man spends 9% of the time watching YouTube, sending me memes. He brings, he's like, oh, I'm watching Terminator. I'm like, you found it online? No, I brought it from home.
He's bringing his own movies. I knew I would need something to watch. I didn't do anything here.
So he's got it. So what does he basically update the library's website or just make sure everything's running?
So he helps with that, but he's in the computer lab, so he's got to help anyone who needs help with like any computer assistance. And he's like, from 10 to 3, I have people. Before that and after that, I don't. and he
Wow.
works 9 to 5. Mondays he does 1 to 9, but the best part is twice a month they then pay him to shut down the computer lab to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh man,
That's an
pretty
easy
cool.
job.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Don't come home and tired. Like, you have a 5-month-old. Help.
Help. Please.
You're
All right.
helping.
Thank you, Kristen.
We went whitewater rafting earlier this summer, and we were talking to some of the guides
Oh,
that were with
yeah.
us, and they were all college kids, which I didn't know. This was in Jim Thorpe. They're college kids, but from all over the country, not just in our area. And they travel here.
Yep.
And she was basically telling us that they like camp out for the summer.
Wow.
And she said it's one of the for them it's one of the greatest, easiest jobs.
I'll never forget this gal in Maine. She was our whitewater raft guide. Her name was Wiggy. She was awesome. And same thing. Loved her job. Travels all over the place. Goes to different, depending on the season. You know, she'll head out west when it's
cool.
when it's warmer, and then head east, and just loved the job.
One of Jace's surf instructors too. She goes to Hawaii for the winters and then comes to Ocean
I
City
knew
for the
a
summers.
guy who would teach surfing in Costa Rica in the winter, he would be a snowboard instructor in Colorado in the wintertime, and in the summertime he would go to Costa Rica and teach surfing. I'm like, damn, man.
Didn't he die in a big wave off Australia? Or is that
No,
that was
well,
boating.
that was after the bank robbery,
yeah,
and we
yeah.
don't talk about that. Yeah.
No, I mean it's a legit career. The guy who ran our thing in the Grand Canyon, like that's what he does from May to September, and he majored in that. He found a college and basically majored in like adventure activities.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, one last call, then we got to take a break. It is Jeremy we're going to go to. Hi, Jeremy. Good morning.
You guys rock.
Jeremy, it says here you got an easy job. What is it?
Dude, I coalesce the vapors of IT security maybe 3 hours a week, and I work 40 hours a week.
So you're actually working for 3 hours of your 40-hour work week.
Not even working. I'm literally just talking to somebody else in a meeting about an issue and tell them what to do and how to do it.
Okay.
Do you feel mildly guilty that you make money doing that, or are you okay with it?
Completely. I honestly Netflix and spreadsheets.
Netflix and spreadsheets.
Dude, well, you listen
Good
to
for
what
you.
Preston said earlier. You win.
Yeah.
You know? That's it. You got a job, and you're obviously providing what your bosses need you to provide, or else you wouldn't be there.
Yeah,
So there you go.
exactly.
I was talking to my friend Joey Lee the other day in the parking lot of Wawa, and I said, if I ever complain about my job, just slap me in the face, because this is what I do for a living. Yeah. I push buttons like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, thank you guys. And quietly quitting. I was not familiar with that term.
No.
And it essentially means just doing what needs to be done and only that, and not going above and beyond. My buddy Steve texted and said, quietly quitting equals lazy F. But Steve, my buddy, he drags so much of his work home and shouldn't be doing that much work.
He's a booker at Chippendales, right?
He gets all the guys. Yeah, exactly. But anyhow, hopefully you enjoy your job. You enjoy your job, then you're in a good position. If not, I hope something comes along that you really want to do.
Yeah.
We need to take a break. We'll come back in a second, and we'll get to the Bizarre File. It's on the way next. Stay there. I'm starting to feel the buzz of excitement in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
This morning, and the excitement that I have is that something will probably go wrong. So
Yes, absolutely.
I was
And it's
getting
probably
excited about
something.
that.
It's probably an exposed wires. What's feeling that buzz?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I also realized as we were getting prepared for this morning, I'm like, this is the fourth time we've done this competition. We should probably have some type of official recorded intro. We don't have one of those yet.
No.
So Steve is going to be doing it live for us this
Yes.
morning. So Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
It is time for
The Battle of the Self-Proclaimed Experts.
All right, and it is the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia version of this that we are doing.
If you stop and think about this, so we've done Harry Potter, which is one of probably the most elaborate of the collections of work that you would have to be aware of.
Mm-hmm.
This is right up there.
Oh, it's got to be beyond. If you think about the hours of programming.
Yeah, good
From
point.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it's got to eclipse the
It's amazing.
The Harry Potter universe. So we reached out to our listening audience and we asked for you to tell us why you should be in our contest, and we got as we figured, loads and loads and loads of great responses.
Right.
And they were really hard to narrow down, but we had to do it. And it's the only way to filter through and just find some people that we think might be good competitors. And we can't do a battle royale with everybody and then narrow it down and bracket it down to 2 people. So this is how we do it.
Knowledge and passion. That's what we were looking for.
All right. And we have 2 people in the studio. And I'm going to read the emails. Some of them are kind of long, so I'm going to read portions of the emails
Reader's Digest version
that were sent in. This one first says, Gadzooks Gang, as a stakeholder in kitten mittens and current student studying bird law at Patrick's Pub University, it's an honor to place my name in contention for this self-proclaimed expertise. 15 seasons and counting of sunny content directly linked to my brain over the last 17 years have allowed my inner day man to shine through and have it be a huge piece of who I am, my personality, and quotes, situations I directly tie into my everyday life. I am incredibly thankful for what the gang has been able to create and produce for us over the years, and I hope my obnoxious ability to have that content as part of who I am win me the title. On top of that, the Preston and Steve Show has been my personal inspiration for wanting to work in radio/broadcasting, attempts at the difficult job front over the years of on top of recent historical events have led me away a bit, but the dream constantly remains whenever the frequency turns to 93.3. Hope to rid myself of all safety nets. Blending 2 of my passions is a dream, and thankful for the opportunity from you all. But anyway, see you later, jabronis. Cool word. Signed, the Golden God, who is currently untethered and whose rage has no bounds at all, James Bailey. Is here this morning. Good morning, James.
I just wanted to make sure I could perform a successful ocular pat down prior to us starting here.
Yes. Okay.
All safe. You guys are all checked.
All right, thank you.
Thank God.
He's wearing his goggles.
All right.
We are good to go.
We're all good. It's a pleasure to be here, guys. I mean, like a literal dream to be sitting here talking to you guys. So thank you.
That's awesome.
It is our pleasure, and thank you for all of your enthusiasm. We appreciate that. All right, and our next contestant sent in the following email. It said, you know what? Let me kick down a little thing to you that our founding fathers kicked down to me. And it goes, don't tread on me. And right now, if you guys don't pick me for this contest, you'll be treading all over me. If I'm selected, and when I do eventually win, I'm going to peak so hard that everybody in Philadelphia is going to feel it. If I'm unfortunately passed over as the self-proclaimed expert, I'll get all in your faces and point out your faults. But after I win, I'm relaxing. I'm getting blackout drunk, and you're leaving me alone. But Kathy, just a heads up, I'll give you $50 if you drink soup out of my shoe and take your top off.
That's a good deal.
I'm sorry, Kathy.
She's done it for less.
What color, by the way?
Thanks.
It's a lengthy email. I'm not going to get to all of it, but he was born and raised in South Jersey, graduated from Rowan University, a staff sergeant in the National Army Guard. Please welcome Alex Crespo.
Thanks for having me.
Morning, Alex. Happy to have you here. Thanks for being on
this
board.
is awesome. Appreciate it. And again, sorry, Kathy.
Listen, this is the way things are going to work with Battle of the So-Called Experts. Oh, I'm sorry. With
Battle of the Self-Proclaimed Experts.
All right, this is the way it's going to
We
work.
have Omar.
Did you say Clem Street?
Yeah, I just realized it's Keim.
Oh, Kayak?
Kime Street?
Kime Street.
Yes.
I thought you said Clem.
I thought it was an L.
I was going to say Steve had a dog named Clem.
Absolutely.
Back in the day.
Do you know the full name of my dog?
Clementine.
Yes.
Which is a great name.
Clementine. I think it's a sweet name. Yeah, my sweet Clementine. Her full name was Clementine Mount Valerie Rock.
Mount Valerie Rock. Well, I didn't know the full name. Then.
Yeah,
Clementines are little oranges, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
That's a cute name.
Yeah.
Clementine.
I think of Little Rascals.
Why?
Alfalfa
would
my
have.
darling.
My darling.
He sang my darling.
Oh, my darling Clementine.
He was a crooner, you know.
God, I love the Little Rascals.
I
man.
did too,
They were a perennial after school.
I've written not that long ago. I was thinking about popping on YouTube and pulling up old episodes and seeing maybe the risk is seeing how bad things are or how much you're like, wow, this isn't entertaining at all. What was I thinking when I was a kid? But
it still holds up.
Being a kid and doing the goofy things they did.
Do you know what you'd notice? In pacing, in something would happen and they would just like take a moment and watch, let the joke breathe. And that's what's for me, was always the funniest part.
Here's my interesting observation about the Little Rascals. We all know Spanky, Alfalfa, the main ones. Porky, I think, was another one. But then there was like another generation of them. Do you remember the character Froggy?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And of course Robert Blake was one of the. He was always one of the Little Rascals.
He was very young on the Little Rascals.
Who did he play?
Froggy,
He played the
Waldo,
murderer.
Butch.
Froggy, Waldo. Butch was
Butch was the
jerk
guy. Yeah, the bully.
He was the bully. Petey the dog. Stymie, who was. There was Buckwheat and Stymie. I want to say Stymie was older than Buckwheat.
Did you watch the Barry Boys too? The East Side Kids, the East Side Comedy Kids. Okay.
Was it similar?
Satch and all those guys. Yeah, they were older.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that show, but I remember those guys.
It was wild seeing Alfalfa in It's a Wonderful Life when I finally watched it last year, and then reading about his life after It's a Wonderful Life.
It wasn't good.
It was bad, man.
Yeah, he had a bad run.
Yeah, and a lot of those people
murdered.
did. A lot of those people that, like old Hollywood, just life went.
If you
down,
ever watch
man.
the movie no, it's not. Is it True Confessions? It might be with Robert Duvall and Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro plays a priest. Robert Duvall's his brother, and they're investigating the Dahlia, the Black Dahlia murder. And it shows how. It was a seedy effing place.
Oh yeah. If you look at the stuff like what they did with Judy Garland,
they kept her doped up all the time, and then they
not eating, on drugs to keep her thin.
They treated her like a veal.
Totally, man.
Yeah.
It was. You think it got bad, in like the 90s and so on. It's been bad for a long time.
Yeah.
So. All right, well, anyhow, this is a fun look back in Hollywood, real quick.
Hey, we're all hopped up on drugs.
Did you guys like the 90s version of it, the movie?
I did not.
Okay.
Because I think it was because I,
knew
loved the
the other-
original
yeah.
so much, and it didn't
I'll
feel
tell you
quite
one
right.
they got right, though. The Three Stooges.
The movie.
The Farrelly brothers
It was
did
fun.
a pretty damn good job.
I agree. All right, we got Bizarre Files. Sure as.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Somebody texted in and said, Preston, who's your favorite little rascal? Was it Alfalfa or was it Spanky?
Sinner.
All right, let's see. We're going to start with a Pennsylvania story. A day of searching for timber rattlesnakes on Mount Davis in Somerset County turned out to be a life-threatening emergency when a longtime rattlesnake observer, which I didn't know there was such a thing, was bitten on the hand just a few hundred yards off the road. Mark Klein Jr. said he and his brother were out looking for timber rattlesnakes when the bite happened. He said, I sat my hook down and I reached down and I saw her head snap out from the other side of the rock and she just nailed me right in the back of the finger.
How the hell did you get bitten by a snake while you're on a rattlesnake watch?
I yelled at my brother and I got bit. He called 911. Klein is not new to timber rattlesnakes. He said he has spent years observing them, recording details such as size, color, scale counts.
Hey, get a life.
And locations before releasing them. He said it's like a rush.
Yeah, it's a big rush because you know what could possibly happen, Preston? You might get bit.
He said you're walking around and you hear the rattle and you stop and you just look around.
You have an app on your phone that can tell you what kind of snake you're listening to, correct?
Oh, no, I do not. No. He said, it's that couple of seconds of figuring out where it's at, and once you see it, it's on. After the bite, he was airlifted to a medical center. He spent about a week receiving treatment, received 28 vials of antivenom. And
28 bottles!
Weeks of recovery.
I screwed up!
Even so, he said the snake wasn't to blame. He said, honestly, they're docile. They really are. What happened to me is my fault. Just a snake being a snake and me being dumb. Fire company chief.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm going to go eat some plywood.
Bill Barlow said fire crews were called because Klein was far from the road and where he was bitten. And Barlow stressed that antivenom is not something first responders can provide in the field. He
Not
said,
28 vials of it.
Not any of it. He said the antivenom is stored at a hospital. No one in this area has any way to administer it prior to getting to the hospital. The guy may lose his finger that was bitten, by the way.
Well, maybe he's learned a lesson.
He said he's going right back to it.
Of course he is.
Yeah, learn a lesson.
A woman was arrested after she was accused of starting a fire in a church building while setting up for her wedding, which was scheduled to take place the following day.
Is that part of the traditional ritual that you burn down the church?
Lanita Tessa Joy Moreno was arrested on Monday facing an aggravated arson charge 2.5 weeks after firefighters responded to the fire. The fire started in the Relief Society room of a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints building.
Jesus Christ.
Moreno and the groom, along with family members, were setting up the wedding at the church building. The family said that they were about to leave and the fire alarm went off. A bystander used water from wedding decorations.
Oh, boy.
And others grabbed a fire extinguisher and put out the fire. Investigators arrived at the scene. They determined the fire appeared to have started under a chair using items that were out of the ordinary, including what appeared to be a tampon. Officials interviewed those present. And by the way, are those very flammable?
I was just going to ask that question. I assume if you were to soak it in something.
I guess cotton can go up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So officials interviewed those present and learned that Moreno and the groom allegedly went in to secure the building just before the fire alarm went off. The groom told investigators they had gone to the Relief Society room. The groom also told investigators that they had gone to Ace Hardware earlier in the day to buy some hooks for the wedding. After reviewing footage, officials said Moreno stole 2 to 3 lighters from the store. Officials said the groom was not nearby when she allegedly grabbed the lighters. In an interview, she allegedly admitted to stealing from the store but would not say what she took.
Do you have tampons?
It's believed that Tessa started a fire within the church building while 5 others were inside. According to the probable cause, Lanita did not obtain a marriage license for her own wedding that was to occur the following day after the fire, but had lied, stating that she had. So there's something
crazy
going on here.
Listen, if the takeaway is that you can set tampons on fire, I call that a win.
The fire caused more than $108,000 in damages. She was booked in the county jail facing multiple charges. Listen to this. A car dealership in Georgia is facing criticism and an ongoing negotiation with a local family after it sold a car to a blind man with mental disabilities. Thomas Johnson, 74 years old, lives alone under the care of his sister Darlene in a senior apartment building in Atlanta.
He also bought a bird with its head taped on, Preston.
Oh, dude, stop it.
Pretty bird.
Despite his disabilities, he navigates the bus system and stays busy with small jobs. Last October, he took $15,000 he saved up from working at McDonald's and other jobs to Heritage Volkswagen in Union City with the dream of driving a car again. The salesperson sold him a 2013 Mini Cooper with 42,000 miles for $14,000, then drove him home in it because the guy couldn't see. His sister told the outlet that in addition to being mentally disabled, Thomas is blind in his left eye and can only see shadows in his right. When Darlene confronted the dealer who sold her brother the car, he claimed that he believed Thomas when he said that he could see better with his glasses on. Additionally, Thomas had a valid driver's license that he had renewed in 2021. And apparently having the means to buy the car as well as the license made him legally competent to make the purchase. Now listen to this. Eventually, the dealership offered to buy back the car for $4,800.
It's a bit of a loss, isn't it?
Yeah, ultimately raising that price to $6,500, which is a $7,600 loss for Thomas, which Darlene calls exploitation, unscrupulous, immoral. She said, how dare they take his money and then put him in a car knowing that he can't drive, he can't see.
Well, on the plus side, they have all this great publicity now.
In a statement provided to a news outlet, Heritage Volkswagen said it will continue to work to rectify the situation. You think that they would just do a full refund? I mean, come on, man.
Your number one blind car dealer.
Yeah. All right. And that is what we have in the bizarre file for you this morning. We're going to break. We're going to get back in a second. We'll have something for you to win via our lesson question, and we'll get trash and music news too. So that's on the way. Stay put. 3 rounds of questions. Each round is going to be a different level of difficulty. Obviously, we'll start with the easier questions, move on to medium, and then we will get to the hard questions. The first round, questions are worth 1 point each.
1 point.
The second round, questions are worth 2 points each.
2 points.
And in the third round, where the scores can really change, It's 5 points.
5 points.
Now, if we find ourselves in the event event of a tie.
A tie.
Oh my God, make it stop.
We do have a tiebreaker question that will determine our winner. And I know I'm forgetting something. Oh, yes. As
Sarah Marshall.
What?
Oh, forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, forgetting Sarah Marshall.
One of my
So, as I ask the question, either one of you can buzz in at any time. Now, if you buzz in before I finish with the question, I'm going to stop where I am. You'll have to answer the question at that point. There may be more to it that you miss out on, but if you're feeling strong, you can go for it. Now, if you do get it incorrect when you interrupt me, I will pose the rest of the question to your competitor, and they will get to hear the entire clue and then give us an answer.
Yes.
So they might have an advantage. That's up to you. That's where a little strategy comes into play. We need to test out our buzzers to see what they sound like. So let's go. Alex, if you could hit your button. That will mean that Alex has buzzed in first.
That's great.
And James, could you hit yours?
Hey!
All right. When you hear that, that's James, and he will get to answer the question. And that's how things work. We have our podiums set up here in the studio. If you're streaming on YouTube, you'll be able to see all of this live. Nick is going to be our scorekeeper. Nick, you all set?
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't have your mic on.
This one? There we go. All right.
Mike wasn't on.
All right. So we are going to get this underway. Let's begin with round number 1. Gentlemen, grab your signaling buttons. And by the way, I need to compliment them on their T-shirts. They are wearing It's Always Sunny centric shirts.
Oh, yeah.
We have the Bird Law shirt and the Implication shirt as well.
You had to call them to say, at least to alert them to the fact that while we are fans and watch the show, these are the encyclopedic knowledge of the whole show. So we may not be aware of everything.
And in fact, I need Connor in here because Connor is going to be our judge should we need to go to a ruling.
Connor's another super fan.
Connor's a super fan, and he helped out with all of the questions. So, Connor, I may go to you for a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Like
on
the
correct.
gladiators.
All right, here we go. Starting with 1 point questions. These are the easier questions of the lot. Let's begin. Here we go. In what year did It's Always Sunny debut?
Hey!
James.
August 4th, 2005.
He knew the date. Oh, my God, that is correct. Absolutely. 1 point for James. Like I said, these are the easier questions. Question number 2, and there are 5 questions per round. I forgot to mention that. Which Pennsylvania bridge is seen? Alex.
I'm going to go with Strawberry Mansion Bridge, but I think I jumped the gun.
That is incorrect. Which Pennsylvania bridge is seen in the opening credits?
George Washington Bridge, correct? Or no?
That is incorrect. That is incorrect. Both of them wrong. It's the Ben Franklin Bridge.
George Washington Bridge is in New York, James.
Round up. No, that's very different. Very different.
All right.
Is it the Verrazano Narrows Bridge?
Here we go.
Golden Gate.
Yeah.
And by the way, you heard Casey playing sound effects. For a correct answer, for an incorrect answer, you will hear this.
Dead air.
Or you will hear this.
This is not good radio.
All right. And for a correct answer, you'll hear. Or.
Rock flag eagle.
See, it all looks professional.
It does. All right. Third question of the first round, and there are 5 per round. Here we go. What is Dee's nickname that was...
Hey!
All right, James?
Shut up, Bird.
Incorrect.
Ooh,
This is not good radio.
What is Dee's nickname that was given to her in high school?
The Aluminum Monster.
Yep.
That is correct. Alex gets a point. That's from the episode titled The Aluminum Monster versus Fatty Magoo. Question number 4. What is Rickety Cricket's
Hey!
James?
Matthew Mara.
Matthew Mara is correct. Rickety Cricket's real name. All right, question number 5, and this is a lengthy one. A lengthy setup. I just want to tell you ahead of time. Here we go.
Noted.
Mac and Charlie go to a diving pool they used to go to as kids, but the pool has been abandoned and is full of garbage. Mac says that the pool looks like the way that it is because of a pattern of discrimination against lower class people. But Charlie says it's because a kid drowned. Alex?
Jamie Nelson.
That is correct! And round 1 one comes to a completion. And by the way, that was from Mac and Charlie White Trash episode. Nick, what is the score so far?
All tied up at 2 apiece.
All right.
Nice, guys.
2
Very
for
nice.
Alex, 2 for James.
It's a tie score.
And they got the same question incorrect, I want to point
Yeah.
out. So nobody stole anything from anyone on that one. So 2-2 in round one. And we now move on to a slightly more difficult section of our contest. This is round 2 with our medium difficulty questions, and each question is worth 2 points.
2 points.
It's helpful.
Question number 1. We need you to give us the full definition for the meaning of the Dennis system. James.
D, demonstrate value. E, you're going to engage physically. N, you are going to nurture that dependence. The second N, you are going to make sure you neglect emotionally. I, you are going to inspire hope. And then with that S, you are going to separate entirely.
That's correct.
Wow!
Well done!
That was impressive, James. All right,
Thank
2
you.
points for James on question number 1 of round number 2 as we are playing
The battle of the self-proclaimed experts.
I don't get tired of it.
I love that I can just point to Steve and he'll do that. All right, here we go. Question number 2. Here we go. When the gang buys a boat, Dee is in charge of cleaning out the old stuff, but she throws it overboard. When Charlie starts to find the items, what does he believe? James?
There's a horse cemetery down there with dolls and figurines of sorts.
All right, let me go for a ruling on that. Okay, we have a correct answer. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Relics of an ancient horse massacre.
Horse massacre.
That is, we would have accepted. So 2 more points.
I forgot that.
Going to James. Third question. What is the name of Patty's rival bar in the... All right, James.
Molly's.
Molly's is correct. That's... That is from the episode The Gang Reignites the Rivalry. Fourth question of round 2. Mac creates an exercise bike in Hero or Hate Crime. What is the name of it? Alex.
Am I allowed to say this on air?
You can.
All right, Ass Pounder 4000.
Yes, the Ass Pounder 4000.
I was thinking the same thing.
By the way, the bloopers from that episode, some of the funniest things you'll ever see.
And make sure, watch my mouth a little bit. That's all.
Nope, it's all good. All right, we can always jump out on you to do something inappropriate. All right, and then the fifth and final question from round number 2.
Round number 2.
Who is the local news reporter that Dennis fantasizes? Alex?
Jackie DiNardo.
Yep.
That's correct. Yeah, Jackie DiNardo. And that is the end of round 2. Nick, what is our total so far?
In round number 2, James got 6 points, Alex got 4, and now James leads 8-6.
Wow.
All right, 8-6. So it is anybody's game.
It's anybody's game.
Because round 3 takes us up quite a notch. These are the most difficult questions that we could come up with, and therefore they are going to be worth fumbling at the end there. Even flow on MMR, Preston and Steve Show. 4 minutes after 10 on Thursday morning. No sad bro in our sights, in our hearts. And tomorrow we'll give away a Word of the Week prize. The letter of the day is coming up shortly to get you even closer. So make sure you stay with us, not much longer. We do have something else to give away, though. It is our Lesson Learned prize. And we're doing tickets for the wine safari at Elmwood Park Zoo. This is sponsored by KeyBank. And it's going to be Friday, August 7th. You can sample wines, and it's after hours and all kinds of cool stuff. So here is our question for you.
Yeah? Got a couple choices?
I do, and I didn't look at them. I don't know why I never look at these.
Well, I think you want to be surprised.
Let's see. Let's go with, All right. We haven't done a Marissa question in a while, and this was just from a little while ago. What did Marissa get signed by Trey Cool because it was the only thing that she had? 610-660-9333. If you heard that and you know, then you should call right now because you'll get the prize. All right. What did Marissa get signed by Trey Cool It was Trey Cool, right?
It was.
All right, because it was the only thing she had. 610-660-9333. Call if you know the answer.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by Sunny Mac Solar, your trusted full-service solar partner and Steve's solar provider of choice. You can visit sunnymac.com for a free savings analysis. What's going on, Steve?
Well, Preston, Real Housewives star Brandi Glanville jokingly saying her kids are boring and would never use cocaine. Glanville then admitted to doing so much coke in the 90s that her facial parasites had to go into rehab. Vampire Diaries star Paul Wesley revealing that he gave Brittany Snow her first kiss years ago during a scene on The Guiding Light. Appearing on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Wesley also credited actor Wilford Brimley with his first hand job.
Oh my God.
And finally, influencer and Dancing with the Stars alum Alex Earle, seen spending lots of time with Formula One champion Lando Norris. Describing Norris, Alex says he has one speed, small penis. That's your Hollywood Trash.
All righty. Let's see if you know the answer to this question. What did Marissa have Trey Cool sign? Because the only thing she had with him, and it's Tim that we have to answer. Hi, Tim.
Hello, how's it going?
Awesome, buddy. Do you know what Marissa got signed by Trey Cool?
I do. It was a condom.
Yes, sir. Hang on, bud. And we are going to give you the tickets to go to the Wine and Safari at Elmwood Park Zoo presented by Key Bank. Let me say that again. Friday, August 7th. And you can sample wines from regional wineries and enjoy live music and meet amazing animals while exploring the zoo after hours. Tickets at elmwoodparkzoo.org.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Hi, Grandmom.
Brought to you this morning.
I wonder if the YouTube crew just saw what you did, Preston.
So I don't know if they did or not, but we have this crocheted booby here.
Yeah.
And it's Casey had said it next to me, so I just keep flicking the nipple. Just keep reaching over.
Would you suckle for the YouTube crew?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. You guys ready? Ooh.
No. That's why nipples aren't made out of that fabric.
It's like, cotton.
The baby would reject it.
Cotton in my mouth or something. All right, anyhow, the music news brought to you by Horizon Services, and you can count on Horizon Plumbing and Electrical to keep your home comfortable and safe with drain clearing services, surge protection packages, and more. And you can book now at horizonservices.com. And I think, Marissa, the boob is below the camera, right?
It is.
So they're not seeing it.
But they got the suckle.
Okay. So the Beatles' 1965 album Rubber Soul is getting an expanded special edition release. It'll feature a new stereo and Dolby Atmos mix from Giles Martin and Sam O'Kell. The Super Deluxe version includes 68 tracks. Wow.
Jesus Christ, that's an insane amount of tracks. Then when that album came out, my brother introduced me right from the get-go. My older brother, Gene, he brought home Meet the Beatles, so that's how far back I go. When that album came out, it has one of my all-time favorite Beatles songs, Nowhere Man.
It'll include 24 session outtakes and a previously unheard John Lennon song Outline, which is titled Little Girl. Fans can already hear the newly released Michelle, Take One, while the collection also includes the original mono mix and the U.S. Capitol version of the album. Multiple editions will be available, ranging from standard LPs and CDs to deluxe box sets, along with a Blu-ray featuring high-resolution audio and 4 videos. Exclusive versions sold through the Beatles web store will also include bonus posters and art cards.
So of the 68 tracks, are we talking like 7 different takes on a song? Or?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, then the re-release will come out October 2nd, by the way. We mentioned this earlier this morning. Irish singer-songwriter Glenn Hansard, who won an Academy Award for the 2007 film Once, died in a motorcycle crash on the outskirts of Dublin early Wednesday, according to his management. He was 56 years old. Irish police said that a man in his 50s died in a single-vehicle motorcycle crash before 4:30 a.m. on Wednesday. The man was treated at the scene but was pronounced dead a short time later. Hansard combined acting and a musical career. He played a member of the Dublin Soul Band in the hit 1991 movie The Commitments, which is a great film, by the way. Wonderful soundtrack. And won an Oscar in 2008 for the song Falling Slowly, from the indie musical Once, which Casey raves about. And he starred in that alongside Marketa Iglova. He was long-serving frontman for the rock band The Frames and half of rock duo The Swell Season, and released solo albums including Didn't He Ramble, which was nominated for a Grammy for Best Folk Album in 2016. Hansard started out as a busker on the streets of Dublin and became famous for leading the Christmas Eve charity busk outside Dublin's Gaiety Theatre, where members of the public gathered to see famous Irish musicians perform. And just one last thing, just a reminder that Saturday is going to be Pierre Robert Day. This is going to be 24-hour dedication to Pierre's memory and his legacy and his loves and his radio bits and things that he said and vintage IDs and all kinds of stuff that's going to be happening. That'll go all day on Saturday, including a bunch of left turns.
Yeah, so it's kind of, and what Ryan Shuttleworth, who's spearheaded, the majority of this, it's kind of a Whitman sampler kind of thing, right? There's just a general, a stew of all sorts of Pierre-related stuff.
That's
correct?
exactly it, Steve. The idea is 24 hours of everything and anything Pierre Robert.
Right.
So throughout, his entire time here at WMMR, the things he was famous for during his midday program, the people that he's talked to, you, the listeners, being a part of it. So you name it, as long as it's Pierre-related, we're going to do it.
And a bunch of left turns as well.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that starts on Saturday. In fact, what am I talking about? I got a little recorded thing. It'll tell you all about it. That's it in music news. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. All the information about Pierre Robert Day is right here for you now.
5 points each.
So this can absolutely take off.
So I want to ask you guys, as far as the prize is concerned, because it is a VIP experience for the It's Always Sunny podcast at the Met. Are you more excited about the parking situation? Because parking at the Met can be really tough, or is it meeting the gang?
I've never been to the Met, so I'm not too sure how the whole parking thing is, but...
Talking past experience, parking is actually higher on that list than I'm proud to admit.
Have you guys
in this scenario?
Have you guys ever had the opportunity to meet anybody from the show?
From the show directly? No,
okay,
I've not.
all right.
So this
They're fantastic.
Yeah, you guys are going to love it. Whoever gets this is going to have a wonderful experience that night. All right, we're ready for the third and final round. 5 points per question, our hardest ones yet.
Battle of the self-proclaimed experts.
Let's begin.
Begin.
Question number 1, here we go. What name does Dennis refer to Frank's character, the troll, in the Nightman comic?
Hey!
James.
His name is Antonio in the show itself.
That is correct. Yes, that's a correct answer. Antonio. Dennis refers to him as Antonio before he shoots him.
Bang, bang.
And that is from the Nightman Cometh episode. All right, question number 2. What size shoe? Alex.
13.
Yeah!
Wow. Wow.
To finish the question, what size shoe does Sweet D wear? And that is from the episode Who Pooped the Bed? A size 13. 5 points. All right, we have 3 more questions to go in round number 3. Here we go. Pappy McPoyle, the patriarch of the McPoyle family, has a pet Pocono swallow. Alex wants to answer. Alex?
Royal McPoyle.
That is correct!
Wow. Well played.
That is from McPoyle and Ponderosa, the trial of the century. So 5 points for Alex.
Wow.
4th question in the 3rd round. What are the names of the 2 episodes that Preston and Steve are... James?
The gang gets whacked, part 1 and 2.
That is incorrect.
Oh. This is not good radio.
So I'll finish the question for Alex. What are the names of the 2 episodes that Preston and Steve are both in?
All right. Charlie Goes America, all over everybody's asses, and Max Big Break.
That is incorrect. It was indeed Max Big Break, but the other was America's Next Top Patties Billboard Model Contest.
You starred in...
Yeah, Casey and I were in the Charlie episode.
That's correct.
You might remember us from the high five we gave in the background.
Yeah, in the van, right.
Yeah. I was in, Steve and I were in the one with the construction workers. That was the Billboard contest.
And we were with
and
some...
Max Big Break was the
Eagles players were with us.
The Flyers game. That's correct. Yes. All right. So the last question we posed to you has to do with the episode that Kathy was in. All right.
The episode Kathy was in.
In the episode that Kathy was in, Dennis looks like a registered sex offender was the name. What was the name of the sex offender?
What a good question.
In the episode that Kathy was in, Dennis looks like a registered sex offender. What was the name of the sex offender? Alex.
Wendell Smart Eyes. Smart Eyes was his nickname.
All right, I'm going to the judges, and they were giving a correct answer for Alex on that one. We would have also accepted Wendell Albright, but Wendell Smart Eyes is correct. And we go to Nick McElwain for the total. And how did we do after round 3?
With 15 points in round 3 and a grand total of 21 points overall, our winner is Alex!
Oh, my goodness. Alex rallied. I thought James had it.
Listen, they're insane, both of them, with their incredible command of this knowledge. But at the end, Alex, you did it, man. Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, that was awesome. Good job.
James, your knowledge is...
I'm gonna kick a little ass.
Hang on.
Gonna kick some ass in the USA. Gonna climb a mountain. Gonna soar a flag. Gonna fly on an eagle. I'm gonna kick some butt. I'm gonna drive a big truck. I'm gonna rule this world. I'm gonna kick some ass. I'm gonna rise. I'm gonna kick a little ass. Rock, flag, and eagle.
Beautiful.
James, your knowledge is impressive. Oh, my God, he's got a bag of spaghetti.
I forgot to ask you guys what your spaghetti policy was.
Alex, did you bring some cat food to eat?
I brought no cat food. Nah, I should have brought a bag of spaghetti. That looks pretty good right now.
You want some?
No, good.
Oh, man,
It's good stuff. They know their stuff.
I wish we could send you both, guys.
You know what? We might not be able to get James into the event, but we can set him up with parking somewhere around the city.
Yeah, maybe we could do that.
If I'm within the vicinity of the event, that's actually still pretty cool.
Well, we are going to set up for Alex as the winner of the self-proclaimed expert of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, a VIP experience, tickets, parking, food and beverage,
yes,
and a meet and greet with the gang for the It's Always Sunny podcast live Monday, September 19th at the Met.
Yeah. I don't think we could have had two better contestants. Great job, guys.
All right, you know what? We had tiebreaker questions, and I hate to see these
Let's
go to
do it.
waste.
Let's
Want me to ask these just for fun? This is for fun. We'll have you buzz in. All right, so
Tiebreaker question.
But not for points. All right.
Just for the hell of it.
Who did the Flyers?
We're doing this.
Who did the Flyers play during the shooting of Mac's big break?
Wow.
During the actual shooting of it.
Not the actual murder.
I'm gonna just say the Devils off of guess. Are we buzzing in? My fault.
Nah, just go ahead.
I was gonna say the New Jersey
Yeah, I was
Devils.
going to say the Red Wings, but
Nope, it was the Montreal Canadiens.
there's some red in there.
Played the Habs, yeah. All right, and then the last one, we had a second one ready to go. In Hero or Hate Crime, the arbitrator scratches the ticket. Now, buzz in if you do know the answer to this. And it revealed the ticket won $10,000 as Mac takes the ass pounder for.
Hey!
Yes.
I'm gonna guess $14.
That is correct. James would have got that right. As Mac takes the ass pounder 4,000 and his ticket and leaves. The others are presented with the bill. How much has Mac left? And it was $14. They used 3 arbitrators in 17 hours. The bill was $9,986. They decided that Mac should pay for it because arbitration was his idea, which will leave him with just $14 because $10,000 minus $9,986 equals 14.
There you go.
Of course, we all know how that works out. You guys were great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
For being so much fun and for the encyclopedic-like knowledge that you have of one of the great shows of all time.
Let me ask him quickly. James, your favorite It's Always Sunny episode of all time.
Wow.
Wow. See, I got hooked early on, probably like late season 2, 3.
Right.
So I have an affinity for those. Season 4.
Lincoln Park bringing us in for a landing on 93.3 WMMR with Numb. It's 19 minutes after 10 o'clock. We're in a couple minutes earlier than normal, but we'll save it all up for tomorrow. We'll do we'll do an extra package size tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Probably going on tomorrow as we're going to be doing some tributes to Pierre because we're leading into Pierre Robert Day, which is on Saturday. So we do have some stuff planned for tomorrow, which is going to be nice to spend some time chatting and reminiscing and so on. So.
Tomorrow we have so many Pierre little drops and clips and sound things that it'd be nice to just go through some of those and play. We obviously play Pierre throughout the show anyway, but I think it might be nice to hit some of those as well.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a meeting yesterday, and I guess, Press, you had brought it up that you had listened to, and we might play back our final crossover with Pierre, and I was like, I don't know if I can listen to that.
Yeah, it was the first time I listened to it.
Yeah.
since being there live that day. But no, it was, you'll enjoy listening to it.
Yeah.
You actually will. I was like, wow, I didn't know we talked about that. So we'll replay that tomorrow.
Yeah.
And some other moments with Pierre. And hoping to make this, and I'm sure it will be an annual event. Pierre Robert Day will be August 1st.
A celebration.
Yeah.
As well it should be.
We'll start that on Saturday. Thank you to a couple of people or groups, Rita's Water Ice being one of them. They give us a bunch of giveaways, and we set you up with all these gift cards today. They have their new Shirley Temple Ice. It's for a limited time only, so check your local Rita's. Stop in and get it. And we had Charlene Tilton on the program. She played Lucy on Dallas, and she's going to be on Collector's Call this Saturday at 6:30 on MeTV. It's a show Steve's been talking about for years now. And a Dallas memorabilia collector will be featured along with Charlene. So she said she had a lot of fun.
It's a fun show. If it's your kind of thing, you're going to enjoy it. If it's not, don't watch it.
Yeah, it was nice to talk to her, so that was cool.
I missed it. Was she on Zoom?
No, it was a phone call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see what she looked like.
She looks good. Yeah, she's holding up
Yeah, we
nicely.
saw some pictures of her. She looked really nice.
Yeah.
You're not wearing a baseball cap today. You're wearing a Jeff cap.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
YouTubers. Who guessed this one?
Yeah, right? They were trying to guess what kind of hat Matt is going to wear.
Two of them at the Bed to the Shore. I think. Who were they?
It was April and Lisa.
Yeah, they were at the finish line.
Yep.
Yeah, super nice.
Yeah, really, really nice. And I don't know if there is a Lisa that is getting surgery today. I don't know if it's the same one or not.
Okay.
If you are Lisa and you're getting surgery today, we're shouting out.
Yes, most definitely. With the Jeff cap, what other kind of hats do you wear besides baseball? Jeff cap. Do you wear like a fedora or anything? Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wore one at the Pierre Bench Memorial. Yeah.
That's right.
That was like a wide Stetson
nice.
fedora.
Yeah.
Sombrero?
No, I saw Eddie Vedder wear it, and I'm like, oh, I got to get one.
Of course.
And I
Of course.
tried to get the exact same one. He wears them all the time now.
Really?
Yeah. He's either with fedora or baseball hat.
Okay.
He rarely doesn't wear a hat.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of cool that they hats that Linda Perry wears. Those are like the Billy Jack hats.
I think I'm going to move on to like Slash's top hat now for now.
Yeah, sure.
There you go. Adopt that look now.
That'll be hard to put headphones on.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but the more famous you get, the more you can get away with a stupid hat.
so, yeah.
With a really weird looking hat.
How about a chef's hat? It just out in civilian world.
That's a great idea. Just wear it as a hat. As a hat.
Right. Get a sponsor.
Honestly, guy, like all it takes is just one famous person to just go out with a chef's hat on.
Yeah.
Or on a couple of different occasions.
Make it the thing.
Yeah.
What do you think of those oversized baseball hats that people wear now?
Oh, my
They're
God.
hilarious.
The really big ones. They're funny
what's his
as hell.
name? Gilly or
I used to love them. And now that I see more people wearing them, I'm like, they're not as fun anymore.
I don't like them.
who's the guy that
Gilly.
Gilly.
Yeah.
You're talking about like the novelty hat,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
looks like it shouldn't fit, but there's like a thing inside that makes it fit.
Does he wear it as a legitimate hat? He's not being
It's part of
goofing?
it's part of his character.
Who
now.
is this guy?
He's just like a super fan, Eagles fan, but he is
Okay.
in the locker room all the time.
Gilly
like,
the Kid, right?
Yeah, all the players love him.
Okay.
There he is.
Yeah.
And he wears that hat.
It's his whole persona.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
We should all be so lucky.
They're expensive.
Aim high. We can sum us up with one hat.
They're expensive too. They're like $200.
Are you
like that.
kidding?
That much?
Oh yeah.
I mean, listen, I just saw the Phillies, the Field of Dreams hat, and I really liked it. It's blue with and I want to get a fitted one. It's like $55. I'm like,
Hats aren't cheap anymore. That's for sure.
Can I share some news with you?
Yeah.
I'm going to the game.
Are you really?
No
Yep.
way.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
going
So that's
When
what
is
you're
that?
doing.
out to the game. It is the 13th.
Of August.
So
Of
it's around
August.
vacation.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
field-
Not listening.
They're playing in the cornfields where the Kevin
Oh.
Costner movie was
Yeah.
filmed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The Field of Dreams. Sorry, I missed that part.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Wow.
so you guys always joke about me planning my vacations last minute. It literally came together last night.
Okay.
That I'm going out to Iowa.
How many people does that stadium hold?
I think it's only like a couple thousand, maybe
Okay.
like
It's
5,000
small.
or so.
And you managed
Yeah.
to get tickets.
I am going to the game.
She won a corn eating contest, Preston.
I'm really good at corn on the cob.
Nice.
Where do you fly into?
I don't know all the details yet. I think it's not far. I think it's either like Cedar Rapids or like Chicago.
Okay.
Buddy
And a
Holly
couple hour
Airport.
drive. Memorial.
Wow. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, so I have lots more details coming up about that.
All right. Well, enough about hats.
Yeah.
Let's get the letter of the day.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
The Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
N as in Nadine.
Nadine. All right. That's wait a minute. Man, who did that song? Chuck Berry.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you. All right. We have Universal Pictures one night only prize pack. The ultimate one night only prize includes $300 to the Rittenhouse Hotel, $250 to Star Restaurants, along with 10 tickets to see an advanced screening of One Night Only, the film at the Film Society East. And that's on Tuesday, August 4th, 7 p.m. So you can celebrate that special evening. One night only, rated R. And that's only in theaters on August 7th. So we're giving that away tomorrow. What's happening today, dude?
Well, we got blocks of Joe Walsh, which means I'll do some James Gang and
Yeah.
maybe some Eagles. And what else was he in? I think that's about it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin block and a block of Greta Van Fleet. So very guitar heavy today.
Yeah, very similar
On the
sound.
blocks. And D Student Trivia is Thursday. So that's at 1:40 today. We have tickets to see Collect a Soul.
Question, please.
Yes. Name two famous Jennifers.
Jennifer Aniston and Jennifer Beals.
Oh, old school. Flashdance.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah,
There you go.
Jennifer
Lopez.
Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, right.
More current. So,
Okay.
all right.
You're
that's
helping
good.
out people.
Yeah, we are.
And Pierre's vinyl cut today, The Pretenders, Learning to Crawl. This is the first record after Pete Farnan and James Honeyman Scott died.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But Middle of the Road, Back in the Chain Gang, Time the Avenger, My City
Yeah.
Was Gone. I mean,
That was a big one for them.
yeah. The fact that they lost two major guys and they come back and okay.
Back in the Chain Gang.
should
is
kill
one
a
of the
couple
great
more.
songs. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to kill someone else. We need a hit.
Yeah, Back in the Chain Gang was a giant hit on MTV. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
All right. Thank you, Matt. And thank you to our sponsors. Preston and Steve Show has been brought to you today by Duncan. And the Preston and Steve Show runs on Duncan. Also brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Voted best casino in Pennsylvania by Casino Player Magazine. And by Faulkner Buick GMC. Get massive construction sales savings at Faulkner Buick GMC and Trevos and online at FaulknerBuickGMC.com to be sure. Tomorrow, it's Friday.
Yay!
It's no sad, bro. We will check in with our friends at 6 ABC in the morning. And as we are remembering Pierre tomorrow in anticipation of Pierre Robert Day, one of his good friends, Eric Bazillion, will be checking in with us. Is he in Sweden? Is he checking in from Sweden? He was when I texted him the other day.
He is not here.
Okay.
It is wherever he is. It's going to be 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in Sweden, so
Okay.
yeah.
I forgot. Can I tell you?
Yeah.
Tomorrow I have Bob Baru on my show.
Oh, great.
Coming in?
Bob
Yeah.
McCaffrey's coming in.
Excellent.
Right around 12 and hanging for the rest of the show.
Perfect. All right, that is it. We are done. Rage on and have a great day in the morning, and we'll see you tomorrow, my friend. Bye-bye.